during the recording.
Come on, let's go!
You want to do that again? They weren't ready.
That was a rehearsal.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to another episode of The Eavesdrop. My name is Francesca.
My name is Gelli.
My name is Delamar.
And this is Jude Rocha, our awesome producer. Yay! Oh my God, we're so happy, guys, that you made time on a Tuesday, on a holiday rush like season, like it is now. Traffic is horrible. You guys made time to spend with us today. We know a lot of people came from work or adjusted their work or made takas from work.
Yun.
They're reacting.
Sandali, ba't kayo nandito? Anong meron? Ha? Wedding? Yeah.
There. So thank you so much for being here. When we said people adjusted their work schedule, we got quite the reaction, especially from this part. So lahat ng nag-adjust, nag-apply ng leave, umabsent. Can we hear from you right now?
Okay, so this is the first time we were ever doing this. I hope so. It's not the last. We just have to fly Delamar in. Medyo mahal siya. Gusto niya first class eh.
Okay, business.
Business.
Okay,
Sige, adjust na siya. Ayan.
So take notes, future sponsors. Delta, di ba? Well,
Delta.
let's get Delta
Yeah, Delta.
as a sponsor. Ron?
Ron, Delta.
Just kidding.
Ron's got it.
First and foremost, thank you to... Oh, hold on. Val?
This is our alcohol.
That's their alcohol. There, thank you.
It's gonna get interesting.
So we need to thank Podcast Network Asia and Ronster. Where is he? Nasaan ba siya? I see Joseph.
There he is on the phone, still working.
So thanks to Ron, he set us up with all of this. And we're thankful. Also, thank you to PayMaya because we're in their office today.
Wow.
Thank you, PayMaya.
PayMaya. Thank you to Baskin Robbins who gave us ice cream.
Yes.
Gelli.
We want to send all the love out to Arla. Thank you so much, Robert Alanduazo. You'll get to enjoy the cheeses along with the wine. Obed prepared a fantastic grazing table, so thank you, Obed. Thank you, Arla. And while you're enjoying the cheeses, you also get to enjoy the drinks, Spice Tonic. Mm-hmm. They're setting up a bar that you get to enjoy whatever drinks that they have prepared for all of you. So it's not just going to be interesting for us, it will be interesting for you too.
Diba? Okay, so as you guys know, we started this really rock and roll. Like we didn't have a studio. We had Del's media lounge in her condo, as you saw the pictures.
I don't own the condo.
Yes.
To be clear, I don't own it.
And then when Del said, "Okay, guys, I'm moving," we're like. Or I was worried. I was like, how are we going to do that logistically? My skill set does not go beyond in Manila time. I was how are we going? Because we had such a great thing going already. I think by the time, you were going to leave.
We were doing okay. We
were
got
doing
the
okay.
rhythm down, and then I had to disrupt everything. Ang mga mananakop talaga yan, yung mga Mekano, ganyan. Ingat kayo, dadalhin nila kayo somewhere. Kailangan ready. But yeah, but I don't know, we kind of really wanted to make sure that we would still be able to continue. But I'm sure at the back of our minds, we were like, is this going to work?
Yeah.
With that one here, it's kind of hard.
Long distance relationship nga.
Oh!
Very
LDR.
similar to one, yes.
Yeah.
But that's why we're super thankful to Podcast Network because they definitely made it easier for us, especially for everyone who've been listening to the podcast one episode after the other. You would have noticed when we had the Utah Phone Home episode. It was so obvious that we didn't have a great connection yet, and then it got better and better. And ngayon, meron na kaming pinapasalamatang sponsors,
Yeah.
diba? So, thank you. Thank you. We have Podcast Network, Ron, Joseph to thank for that. Ryan, Valentine, everyone, thank you. Thanks for making it happen.
So they're really stepping up the podcast game. You know, obviously listening to podcasts is not really a big thing yet, but hopefully with us and the guys, everybody else under the Podcast Network, we'll be able to kind of like make this great, you know, movement in podcasts in the Philippines. Ron is helping people do that through his Podcast Academy. Right. So just in case you guys have dreams to start your own podcast, Ron and everybody else under the Podcast Network will show you how. Right?
So there, like I was saying to some of you, very similar to the usual recording, we come in here not knowing what we're going to talk about.
Hindi namin alam kung anong lumalabas eh.
Oo.
Mas lalo na pag merong alcohol, then things start to happen.
Well, we have wine na. Do you want some?
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
we do. Do you want us to have wine now?
Okay, sige Ron. Just pick any bottle
You guys
there.
are making alcoholics out of us, you know?
Actually, see Ron, sabi niya, he was putting down the bottles on the table. So we go, hindi, just put it there. We'll get it later. He's like, no, don't you want easy access to your wine? One bottle each. And I realized that he was right. Sige. So
One bottle each?
2, 3.
Oh my God! Hindi, ang dami nun.
Oh, really?
Kunyari!
Oh, really?
Ako yata yung pinakamalakas uminom sa amin.
And then.
Hindi.
Hindi ba? Sino?
Huh?
There was a side glance. I saw that.
There was a side glance. Okay, anyway,
All right.
we'll get the alcohol rolling. So, as usual, we don't know what we're going to do.
Okay.
We know.
No.
we know.
We've prepared.
Go. Ayun, no.
All right. So, while we start off with this, it's 2 pages each. And then Jude gets a copy too, because we also want you to answer, Jude.
He has to.
He said yes. And if you approach us later on and introduce yourselves, please use your IG name, because we actually know you better through your IG names. We see your comments, we see when you repost the episodes. So you'll notice, you'll say your name and you don't see much of a reaction. But when you say the IG name, we're like, oh, hi! See? Because that's how we know you.
Tsaka kasi yung profile pic nyo iba eh. Ba't mas maganda kayo doon?
That's true.
Ba't gano'n? Hindi namin, no, but everyone us included. But it's nice to see the actual faces of the people who write us the most touching letters. To be honest, we didn't know if we were doing it right. We didn't know if people were, bothering to listen to what we have to say. Truth be told, for me, it was like, are we just jocks who were like craving for the good old days? Sometimes your time has passed, and you need to acknowledge that. And so, but then we kind of felt that something happened whenever we started talking. Tears, basically.
Tears.
And then,
Mostly me.
ako rin.
Hindi, you guys are in the running for most tears shed on the show.
Oo, marami pa kayong di narinig. Thank God. So can you imagine what else, we get to share with each other. And then we started hearing from you. And that was the point where we understood that there was something. That it was worth continuing, because it's hard to tell, diba?
Yeah, we don't know.
And then here we are.
We have a live show.
So we wanted to make the show maybe as interactive as possible. If you have questions for us, we'll answer them as truthfully as we can.
Maybe.
We will try.
We'll try.
Give us the wine and then the truth comes out.
Right now medyo guarded pa eh. Yes, it's there. Yeah, that was the first thing that she handed to me. Wine.
Drink
you
up,
need this.
dear.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, but we do have questions. We have leading questions that we'll do, right? Tama?
Yes.
Is this, ito na ba? Yung
Yes, it's a
Remember when we did
let's do the thing.
what was that? The 22 questions? Remember?
65.
65 questions? No, when we got super drunk.
When was that? That was
this
all the time.
Was this the evening recording?
Remember? That was fun. That was the questions
okay.
that you were reading off your phone. I can't remember.
Oh, that's right. I was in the closet. I mean, but I was in the closet.
No, Arya, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm,
The 22 questions.
Early days.
100 something.
100 questions.
The first
You guys
one.
It was a
which
survey that you found.
Okay.
Remember? Okay, but anyway, we have something like that. Okay, so Gelli. Gelli printed out our questions today.
Don't laugh at my printer. All right.
Jude, oh, tingnan mo, Jude.
You know what I was worrying about when I was printing this out? I'm like, oh no, what font am I going to use? Because Jude is very particular about the font. So,
Ako
I'm not.
naman, gusto ko lang malaki yung size. Kasi
oh,
lumalabo na
Del,
yung mata ko.
ayan.
Malaki
That's
daw.
why the
Malaki
size
daw.
is 13. Are you okay with it?
13.
Okay na ba?
13
Okay na,
yan.
Jude? Okay na yung
Okay,
font?
yeah.
Okay lang daw. Okay.
All right, so these are a bunch of statements, and we're supposed to either fill in the blanks or answer the question. And the very first one here is, when I left radio. ... Okay, so everyone,
Grabe
when I
naman
left
yung
radio.
bunyo. May meaning.
Si Jude first. He left first.
No, actually, okay.
Oh no, si Gelli.
If that's the case, it would have to be me.
No,
I
that's right.
left, when I left radio back in, the day was September 26, 2010. I think what I missed the most, with all honesty, were the listeners. Seriously, especially since... Hindi pa tayo friends
Ay, oo nga
noon.
pala.
Ano ba?
Did you see what I tagged you on
I know, I didn't get to react. Sorry, I had work. I will react later on.
Plastic yun, plastic jelly.
oh, didn't... What? Who's plastic jelly?
Jelly.
Okay.
Okay.
And Fran.
So back in 2010, I realized what I missed the most was my interaction with the listeners. Because right before I left, I was handling the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. time slot. So you can just imagine how alone I felt at that time slot. There was absolutely nobody else at the station except for the technicians who would make sure that everything works. And if I fell asleep, to wake me up before the song actually ends. It was really, I had like an amazing relationship with the listeners. I appreciated the ones who kept me company, who would message me, who would still request for songs. I would even have some who would drop by, but usually in the morning. Tapos kunyari, ako yung binibisita, pero ang totoo nun, inaantay lang nila yung TMR. Yun. So when I left radio, that's what I missed the most. I definitely had more time for hostings and fitness and the other stuff, but yeah, the listeners. So I'm really happy to see many of them here today.
Yeah.
Who was next?
Jude was next.
Jude.
Was next.
What do you want me to say?
Ayan, ganyan po siya. Ganyan po siya.
Lagi
That's
yan.
really what you get.
It's like pulling teeth with
I
this
know.
one.
The truth?
Oh, yes, of course, the truth.
Which version?
The one,
Your
the
version.
one that's juiciest.
Yeah.
Ay, wag mo.
When I left radio.
When I left radio, it was scary and exciting at the same time.
I cried, dude.
You did?
I
Yeah.
did. Remember in the club?
Oh.
It was the
Your
last
despedida?
party that RX threw, and we had all known that he was leaving. I wasn't particularly close to Jude. Everybody else was, but for some reason, I was the one crying with a bottle. Because Fran gave me. Oh, you weren't there.
Was I not?
I think that's the reason why I was holding the bottle. Because you were
Nice.
always the one
Good
to
job.
push, to push shots to everybody.
Right.
So when the bottle was given to me, instead of taking a shot, I just took it, and then I was crying. Now I don't know why. I guess I knew. I think I knew the beginning. It was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Oh, loli.
It's true. It is true. I'm sorry.
But nobody knew it as much. Just a few of us at that time, at that party, I think.
That you were
It
leaving.
didn't go wide, not yet.
Ganun po siya.
Man, a
It's
few
really not
words.
exciting, my reason for leaving, so...
It is though. It is. He's trying to downplay it. Okay.
Sige, we'll do it in another episode.
Yeah.
Later on,
When
when,
you guys
the
are
wine
not
has
around.
kicked in.
Okay. When I left radio, I did.
Ayun, exciting yun.
It's Yes, but it's been told many times, so it's okay. When I left radio, it was very abrupt. I didn't get to say goodbye. But I knew, and I was really sad about that I didn't get to say goodbye. I think I did the last RX concert series Monday at the Yun.
It was a Monday.
Yeah, it was a Monday.
Right, it was a Monday. No, I'm not gonna cry.
We're hoping she would.
So it was very abrupt, and I was very, very sad about it. But I knew in my heart of hearts that I made the right choice. It was really difficult. I mean, 17 years, I grew up there, really. So the choice that I made that night, it was there. I knew it. Like, when you see that fork in the road, I said, okay, so I'm going to take this path. And it was very scary, but I knew it was the right choice. Yun lang. The end. No, I went back to radio, diba? Which it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
She dragged me back.
I dragged Jude back, but we went to K-Light for a bit. And then I also realized that working at RX was a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I was put in another radio station, I thought, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. But really, it wasn't. That's why I asked him to join me. I said, come on, let's make it better together.
I couldn't say no. I
couldn't say no. We lasted like 3 months. Though it was a great experience too. But I think it was a nice, wonderful way to close that whole that question in my head, And then there you go.
Yeah, we'll be known as myself, for instance. I will be always, forever be attached with RX.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nobody can change that.
Yeah.
Not even the guys from RX can change that.
Right.
So-
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
And now, Delamar.
Dami eh. When I left radio, dami eh.
The most I know. Poignant.
I mean, my whole identity was because I had grown up on the morning rush, like seriously. And I knew this, that I was becoming something. And then I was that. And I knew it was time. It was very, very hard. Kasi my whole identity was, I'm Delamar of the morning rush. And I didn't know that after that big goodbye, I have to ask myself, who are you?
Yeah.
And it's a very tough question to answer when you're not doing anything. And so I love being a mother, but I kind of resented having to say, I'm just a mother. And it bothered me to no end because I don't think I'm just a mother.
Yeah.
But then I had this whole thing that I needed to let out into the world because sanay ako na pinapakinggan ako, di ba?
Totoo.
Kaya sabi ng asawa ko, ay, do something. Kasi we can't listen to you. But it was very hard. But then slowly but surely, and I'm still in the process of finding that out. I don't know yet who I am becoming at this age. And the great thing is, through the podcast, I think I'm learning to articulate who I am now. And so it would be exciting for me to know who I would say I am in 5 years when we've been talking about a lot of things. I miss the conversation, and truthfully, and Chico and I have always said this, the morning rush is not the morning rush without the listeners.
Yeah.
Because it's just a back and forth of ideas, and kung alaskador kami, mas alaskador kayo. Diba?
Yes.
Oy, tumigil. And, you say something wrong on the morning rush, and the listeners are so smart, they will correct you, which we loved, given the right tone.
Yung level ng pagiging alaskador goes up as you go the levels up here. So yung dalawa dun sa taas.
Oh, ayan na. And so it was very hard to piece together who I am. Kasi nga, half of my life I was on radio talking about things, and what you didn't know was I was growing up in front of you. All those
Yes.
conversations are real. When we talked about whatever it is.
Ayan na.
I don't drink.
Thank you.
A little.
I don't drink Miss Clean Canteen with gin in her clean canteen.
So when I left radio, I didn't know that I was going to come back. And I need to say this because I heard a lot of stories from the forum, people DMing me. A lot of people got really hurt because I did the Mother Show. because it was on the other side. And, for the whole time that we were doing the Morning Rush, it was Magic versus RX. Diba? Ganun talaga yung, at the time, that was the dynamic. But I couldn't pass up the chance to be part of something new. It was gonna be something new. What happens to radio girls after they reach a certain age? And we just kind of fade away. We kind of, ganun nangyayari.
Yeah.
Men stay, women are like eased out. And it's hard to say that without pointing fingers, but it's the truth, And so when they said, first show that we are going to feature mothers, and I was like, oh, I want to be part of that. Because I knew in my heart, just like Fran, that in as much as I had grown up on the Morning Rush, for me, the conversation that I wanted to do was taking me to somewhere different. Yeah. The conversations I wanted to have with people were different. And it's nothing, ala lang, kumbaga, tumatanda eh. Ay, sorry, nagle-level up. So, and it was nice, and then a lot of people were hurt because they felt it was a betrayal. And I'm like, it's not a betrayal. We don't have to choose. You can listen to one station and you can also listen to the other. It's only them who say that we have to choose. But for you, the listeners, you can do whatever you want, right? And it's not a betrayal. We're all just going where we need to go at any given time. And so when I left radio, I think, this is it. This is when I left radio. And then, eto na. Hindi naman po kami talaga friends. Kaming tatlo. Truth be told, and alam to ng mga
We've said this many times in the podcast too, and that's the truth.
It's the
We
truth.
really were not friends.
So weird because I thought I was friends with them. Right? Me. Like I messaged Gelli, like, oh, I'm so happy I got to bond with you. It was like 10 years ago, Facebook memory. Lumabas. Sabi ko, I thought Gelli was my friend. And I thought Del was my friend.
She's always loved you. She's always like, okay, my point of view, all right? We would have a meeting in RX, and Gelli is like focused on Fran.
No.
Because you really admired her. And
I admired a lot of the women at RX, especially Fran and Del. Because, okay, I know we talked about this in the podcast, but when we had an out of the country RX trip, she was my roommate.
Yeah.
You have no idea how kilig I was. Every time I would be in the room and then she comes in, I'm like, I'm sharing a room with Delamar. But of course I would never show it because I was scared shitless of this woman. Alam mo, parang, I wanted to make sure that I would always fix the bed, and if I used the toilet, I would clean up, I would dry up the faucet, the floor, because I did not want to piss her off. Even though she's never been like that to me, it was just because I've put her up on this pedestal. I just did not want to do anything that would displease her or make her not like me even more than I felt like she already did not like me. So I was just really careful.
Alam mo, nakakatawa nun kasi naalala ko yun eh. Palagi siyang umaalis pag dumadating ako.
Natatakot ako!
I kind of knew that. But that was my effect. A lot of people would say that, nakakatakot daw. Okay. But I was like, but that's the truth. We were never like...
Yeah. We weren't close.
We weren't close. We would always like be in separate corners. So it's a wonder that we are having this great conversation. So ito yung lesson. So kung may kaaway kayo ngayon or hindi nyo kasundo somewhere, you have no idea. Life is so long that these people might actually be the people you need.
Yep.
Right? The people you have so much in common with, but for some reason you're kind of like pushing it back and like, no, I don't need them.
The people you turn to.
Yeah. Ang galing. I just find that life is wowing me right now with all the things that are happening. I never thought this would happen. And then yet here we are. Yay.
Did you ever think that you would have a vacation in the Philippines and then come in for a live show?
Never. Never. Live show.
We want it to be a live show.
Alam ko talaga.
Kita nyo? First row, walang reaction. Yung taas. Nung sinabi namin live show.
Yung pag-iisip ni Ina at ni Jay Ryan talaga.
Guys, by the way, we're super live. Like live show, we're gonna air this podcast, but we're also streaming live on Facebook. So hi. Yeah. Sorry.
Speaking of, I got messages earlier asking if this was going to be streaming live, and then I did say yes. So I do know we have somebody who's staying up. She is in, I think, Australia right now.
Oh, wow.
I'll check the name, but hi, hope you're watching. So there.
Mauna na kaming uminom sa inyo pero sineset up lang yung ano.
Sineset up. Oh, thank you. Spice Tonic is here. Thank you, Spice Tonic, for the gin setup, gin bar. Thank you for making it, guys. Hi, Jose. Hi.
Jose.
They got into a little accident, so thank you for pushing through. And also, thank you to the guys who are videoing and taking our pictures. That's
Cinematica for the photo and video coverage. Thank you so much to everybody.
All right. Okay.
I wish the world was
I wish.
more.
Okay, I wish the world was more. To think I typed these questions, no, I should have an answer by
Oo
now.
nga, Gelli. Ano ka ba?
Ako yung una sumagot kanina. Can somebody else take this question first so I'll get ideas? Ganun eh, no? I wish the world was more compassionate. I know it sounds so beauty queen-ish, pang Miss Universe, but you know, if we saw others to be just like us, maybe we wouldn't be going through the dilemmas that we go through. We go through. Maybe the world would have a different energy. Maybe it would have a more positive, more loving energy if we just showed a little bit more compassion towards each other. So there.
I wish the world was actually smaller. Just so I can come back here anytime.
Well, the technology makes the world a lot smaller.
Yeah, I want to. There are just things that I wish that I could be there physically for people, and it's hard kasi syempre pag nandun ka iba eh, the world you're moving in is really just drastically different, and then the world I remember here, it's changing, and so sometimes I wish I could just come back for an hour, like close my eyes. I'm at your place.
Yeah.
Hey, Fran, I really chismisan and or events or but it isn't, and I guess we just have to make do. I wish the world was a little smaller. This is my answer today kasi doon ako nakatira ngayon. So alam niyo kung saan ako galing.
Okay, I wish the world was more patient. I think a lot of us right now, and especially in this day and age, because information is so readily available, everybody's so trigger happy with their emotions and their reactions to everything. So I wish you guys would just take a little bit more patience. And it's hard to learn. I think I learned a lot in the past year of being patient and taking a breath and not reacting so fast to things. So, yun. Why?
Jude Rocha, your turn.
Trying to hand signal with the other two.
Why?
What's the hand signal
Nothing.
for?
Can you believe this?
I know.
What's happening? It's going down. I wish the world was more like this, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys taking the time out.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
talked to a few of the early birds. They came in and asked them, nag-leave ako. I took an early time slot to get here. So on and so forth. Coming from out of town. And all because we have this little podcast that started in a conference room in BGC.
No, in Makati pa nga.
In Makati, may
With
sala.
folders and the pink mic holders.
Yeah. Ganito kami mag-podcast, the very first one. Magkakatabi kami pero
No,
nakaganyan.
medyo magkakalayo, pero we had folders
Kasi we were trying to make the sound
contained.
And I had to ask them to send me a picture. Just to see how they were doing it, because I think the exercise then, before we even started episode 1, was to show these three how good they could sound together. So that's how it happened. Because you didn't have known at all how you would sound like.
When you
like
did,
that on
Because
tape.
we've never been in a show together.
But
at
remember when you
RX.
did the demo, that was when I said, oh my fucking God, this is going to be amazing.
That was the whole
We just
point
need
of it,
Jude
yeah.
Racha. to make it sound good.
So even as silly as those early days were, there was something there. That's why we're here now. In a room full of other people.
Sorry, medyo naka-conscious kami kasi hindi kami sanay na may kasama.
Totoo yan.
That's true Give us another
We see you smiling, reacting.
A few more glasses and then we will just keep talking.
Antay-antay lang tayo sa konti lang, guguelo lang.
But aside from the questions that we have here, diba, we want to open up the floor to other people. We have a microphone for you guys.
We want everyone to think of a question, something you've often wondered about, something you want to ask. Just think about it right now. Make a mental note and we'll give you the opportunity to ask later on,
sound
okay?
off. Tama kasi remember when you listen to the podcast, it's us to you. But the great thing about what we're doing right now is it can be the other way around. It's an exchange like that. Sorry, can I add my answer?
Sure.
Sige.
Kasi in the process of the podcast, when we're all trying to figure out how we feel about something, we find you could be wrong, right, about a certain topic. But in talking about it with somebody that you trust, that you think has good intentions, mahahasa Like for example, big topics like LGBTQ,
QIA++.
diba? It's hard, and I wish the world was more willing to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because we can be wrong, all of us. Anything that we've said on the podcast months ago, fast forward to today, ay mali yun dapat ito yung ginawa ko. And I think we really need to know and accept and not judge each other. We are all in the process of becoming.
Yeah.
We are not yet finished. And so we have to allow each other to be wrong at times and still to accept each other. So kung may nasabi kaming mali, I hope that you go, ay mali yun. But you don't cancel each other. You know what I mean? Because we can't come back anymore if we cancel each other out. And when you allow people to be wrong, you allow yourself to be corrected. And that's really where the growth starts. Minsan mahihiya ka lang sa mga pagkakamali mo, but I think that also bonds us together. The things that we did to each other, diba, mali tayo nun The things that we thought about each other were wrong. And now we know, and it's a good thing that we didn't cancel each other for life.
Yeah.
Like we didn't say, tama na, no, you're gone. You're canceled. And I'm glad that we didn't do that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
True.
Who would you cancel out in your life?
Hindi po siya kasama dito, but as a result of Del's answer, now we want to ask that question.
May follow-up question.
Who do you want to cancel? Hindi nga tayo magka-cancel. Pero kung gusto mo.
I don't want. I don't think.
Ayaw mo. Sino mo?
No, I don't think I don't have anybody to cancel. Oh. Live stream Hi.
Hindi pwedeng i-edit.
Nanonood kaya siya?
Baby. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait, yes. Okay, mamaya.
We're going to go on a break a little bit later on so you can actually grab drinks and then you can drink along with us.
I'm so
Ay, na-excite yung isa dun sa taas.
I'm so
All
excited
right.
for you guys to try. We have great food. Thank you. Okay, this is from Arla. So thank you guys. The grazing tables there. And then PayMaya also gave us pala a buffet. I forgot to
thank
mention.
you.
Yeah, there's another grazing table there, courtesy of PayMaya. Again, don't pay cash,
And our drinks.
PayMaya.
Of course, we're on for the dozen bottles of wine. Thank you. Okay, wait. So, you love someone, you need to eat. I know.
Sorry. Hindi pa ako nag-lunch.
I'm the ate. You know you love someone when ... Friends or lovers, doesn't matter. Take your pick.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'll go first. My love is here. He's the official photographer.
Yee-hoo! Woo! Al, why don't you stand up so everyone gets to see you? There he is.
Our guest.
Al and David.
David is there.
Remember, Al was our guest.
Yes, Al was our guest. Oh my God.
Matchy.
Matchy, oh. I know. Who are we? Did not, huh? Anyway, so you know you love someone when the shit hits the fan and then you have this really horrible argument that you think you will not recover from. and then you think about it. You think about leaving. You know, you have all these thoughts. There's like levels of, forget it. I'm gonna leave you. I'm not gonna do this with you anymore. I don't need this in my life.
I can survive without you.
Yeah, I can
Yun yung
survive
mga-
without you. I'm a strong woman. I've done it before.
I'm independent.
I'm independent. And then something happens, and then let's say, away, right? And then you don't see each other for a bit. And then when you do, you see this person, and then he hugs you.
Oo nga.
And
wala na.
it's like the best hug in the world. And in that moment, you feel like, with this person, you are the person that I choose to take on everything and anything.
Including that shit.
And including the nasty,
yeah.
yucky shit that, life throws at you sometimes. So, you? Love you!
No, that really made an impression on me when we did that episode. I mean, I identify, I think Fran and I relate to each other in a lot of ways.
It's weird. There's a lot of parallelism.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so weird. Like, really weird.
Del can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Like, it's not real. Like, every time we would talk to each other, and I think our husbands know, that we kind of like tell each
Talk
other
about
things.
them.
But when she tells me something like, hindi pa siya tapos,
Yeah.
gusto ko na magsalita kasi, exactly. Like, just what you said, Tyler and I had this really bad fight before I left. And I don't know why I was fighting with him. I think I wanted to push him away because I knew I was leaving. And I haven't been away from him for that long since we had met. And the weird crazy girl, alam mo yun, yung, lumayo ka, hindi kita gusto. Or, hindi kita kailangan. But what you really, I guess, reassurance? And what you said in that podcast, like, no, this is the man there. He's a good man. And it's not just about being good. He's strong. Because we know we're kind of hard to handle. Kasi kahit mali ka na, dahil strong ka, ipupush mo, di ba? And I think that's the great thing about the partners that we have met. Yes, they're good, but they're also strong enough to tell us, like, you're being a bitch. True. And we wouldn't take that from anybody else. But these men are of the good stuff.
Yeah.
That you kind of go, oh, yeah, okay, tama na, Del. Enough na. Mali na yan. Tumigil ka na. My husband told me, why am I always chasing you? I've always chased you since the day we met. I'm getting tired. Pero hindi ako, oh no. Talagang, in the dark, tahimik ako.
Pero nagpapanik na sa loob.
No, because I knew he was right. I knew that what if it were me chasing him? Diba? You have to reach out for each other.
Yeah.
It cannot be just one person. And the person doing the chasing will get tired.
That's true.
And so, ito na, andito na ako, diba? 11 days lang po ako dito. I had to tell him, like, I was in Palawan and I was like, babe, you don't have to chase me. I am yours forever. I want to be by your side. That's where I belong. That's where I feel most like myself. You don't have to chase me. I'm yours. Tapos never naman niya akong pinapadala ng mga emoticon. Hindi siya mahilig sa ganun eh. Yeah. Alam mo yung emoticon niya, puro cry.
Oh,
and I think
says a lot.
I think I understood that he really needed to hear that. And I feel it, but I don't let him know. And that's such a travesty. And so I decided right then and there in Palawan, anytime I feel like I love someone or I appreciate them, I would just tell them. I know I will be judged like, Miss Feely naman to, or you're weak, or you wear your... may nag-comment sa IG ko eh. Si Del talaga, she wears her heart on her sleeve. And for a split second, I felt ashamed to have been so weak to be the one who feels. And I'm like, hindi eh.
No.
I cannot be any more than I am or any less than I am. This is me. You take it or you leave it.
That's
Don't
true.
leave it.
Sabay bawi, Pero strong yung pagkasabi initially. Okay, you know you love someone when I don't remember because it's been a while.
Good one. Good one.
Diba? Okay, just kidding. Actually, no, I was telling the truth. It has been a while, so I cannot answer in terms of, you know, you love someone as a lover. Okay, so maybe the one that I can talk about right now is with my child. Yeah. Like, I really know I love this child when you're so angry and you're looking at this little thing and you're still thinking, my God, I love you so much. Or when you end up giving them what you want for yourself. For example, my favorite fruits or corn, I end up giving it, for example, something is served and it has corn. I would usually keep that for myself, but with my daughter, I give it to her. You know, everything that I actually really love, I'll share it with her first. That's how I know, okay, mahal ko talaga tong makulit na to. I do. So there.
Aww.
Jude? Jude. The reaction, eh, no?
Kain na. Time is very important for me, for those who I think I love and I love very much. So I give you my time. I give you my...
Aww. You love us. He loves
obviously.
us.
That goes without saying.
He does.
Lang
We know
but
it.
You wanna paint me as somebody who doesn't care.
No, I was really surprised when he said yes to producing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, hindi tayo, well, sabi ko, tayo? Well, hindi ako cool. So I was like, always, like, I was like, Jude's here.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Is it okay? You never felt that ba? Ako lang yun.
All the time
No.
she did.
She did.
I felt that way too.
Really?
Always, especially with Jude.
Well,
Oh, no, 'cause
because
I work
you're closer to Jude, and you've grown together.
Yeah,
You
that is
know,
true. That's
you kind of read him.
Yeah.
I remember at the station before, every time any of the girls would have problems or have anything troubling them, whether it's a relationship or work, whatever, they would always go to Jude. And naiingit ako no, like Christy is super close to Jude. Fran is always chatting with Jude. Naiingit ako no, parang, sige, ano bang problema kung pwede kong i-open up kay Jude? Never happened. So
Yes, it did.
you can
Weren't you
just
partners for a while?
She said yes. Yes, it did.
You guys were partners for a while, diba?
Jude, what,
Yeah,
what
we
was she
were.
talking about back then?
Pag-ibig.
Ba't di mo naaalala?
She made it up. She made it up.
She made it up, yeah.
So trust me, I am flattered to be part of this group with people I never thought I'd actually be close to, and now I end up opening up to. So this podcast has done so much more for us than you could ever imagine.
That
than
is
we
true.
even voice out in the podcast.
That's
All
true.
right, I'm gonna say it because we got to take a break. I'm not gonna wait.
It's our
You gonna say something?
timekeeper. It's our timekeeper.
No. Oh, let's leave some for the second.
Sige.
Or the. How are we doing? What? 3 hours?
Yeah, until everybody has to go. No, actually, we wanna
Ang tigas eh, no?
overnight. You want slumber
Ano?
party? We have a lot of alak.
May sasagot eh. Hindi ako
Okay,
magbabayad
no,
ng
actually,
kuryente.
we just want to take a short break because we want you guys to enjoy our handa. We have a nice little setup for you guys there. So,
At saka pampalakas ng loob. Alam namin medyo shy kayo, di ba?
Yeah.
Please, drink up.
So we're gonna take a break.
We're gonna take a short
come
break.
back. Go around 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and then
you can bring your food here, right? Tama ba, Ron? Can they eat here and drink here? So, yeah. So we're going to take a short break.
ask us any
Oh,
questions.
think of questions.
Oh, yeah.
M3
Or
and-
clarifications from whatever episode, or
Yeah.
if you're interested in something.
Yeah, let's go back to the other podcast that we did that you might
Yeah.
On Facebook, can they ask questions, kaya, Val?
wanna. Can we track that?
Who's going to track it?
Kasi may
Sige.
nagko-comment
What?
no?
Sorry, what? Wait. Sorry. What was the last episode before this? The sex?
Sex.
Ay, hindi. Back on
No,
Philippine
no.
soil.
Back on
Philippine soil.
Ay.
Yeah. Kayo naman, you're stuck with sex talaga. There was another episode after that, people.
But that was just like the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's so much more that we wanted to talk about. Yes.
We were tame with that particular episode. Oh, more to come.
Oh, this is what Jude hates because he'll tell us to stop and then we'll keep going.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a comma right now. That's Delle, Fran, Gelli. This is the Eavesdrop Podcast live show, ladies and gentlemen.
So how do we monetize? We'll just all go there, yeah? Let's all
Guys,
go
just go. Leave your bags here. It's safe. Just go grab food, please. And drinks. Hi, JG Bar. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we'll give her gin. Okay.
We're starting in 5
Remember
minutes.
gin when we were in Galera and set up? We were drinking gin all Oh.
Hi.
This is the Eavesdrop Live Show.
We are back!
Hi.
Ay, yun lang. Kala ko
Kala ko meron pa. Wait, is this working?
Del, Fran, and Gelli.
Yay!
Happy holidays.
Happy
We
holidays.
are back!
We're back and we're here. Yes, the first ever live show for the Eavesdrop. And of course, we want to say thank you to PayMaya. Don't pay cash, PayMaya.
Baskin Robbins, the world's largest chain of ice cream specialty shops with nearly 7,000 locations in nearly 50 countries, is now in Manila.
We love Arla. Thank you so much. Arla combines traditional craftsmanship and world-class technologies to ensure its products remain closer to nature from farm to fridge. That's Arla.
And of course, thank you to Spice Tonic. Spice Tonic is all about creating the perfect spice mix with an exquisite collection of spices we've handpicked just for you. Each ordinary drink and dish has never been so amazingly extraordinary. And of course, thank you to Podcast Network.
Podcast Network. They've got the Podcast Academy coming up. Been wanting to create your own podcast, but you don't know how to start? Well, enroll now and get the chance to learn from the best professional radio and top podcast personalities in the country. Just visit www.podcastnetwork.asia/academy to enroll. Classes start January 11.
Special thanks to Cinematica for the photo and video coverage of the live podcast.
Yay. All right. Okay. So part 2. I hope everybody has been fed well. Now we can cheers, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that. Hold up your glasses of wine, of gin and tonic. Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers to what? Cheers. Cheers to what, Del? Cheers to what?
To the Eavesdrop.
To the
Cheers! To more live shows.
Yes. Wow.
Live
That's
show. Can we change that? Live show, di ba? Iba yun?
Okay lang, yun yung gusto natin. See? They're cheering to live show. They don't want live recording, they want live show.
Okay. Oh, so we're on Facebook Live. So we want to say hi to a few people who already messaged.
please.
So we're live. We've got, hold on, Lelaine Sakdalan, Jenny Alma, Mary Alex, Janelle. Hearing your voices while working. Hi from Dubai.
Oh, wow. Hi. Oh, the lady I was talking about earlier who said that she was going to stay up from Wellington, New Zealand. Hi to Fonam.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know her real name, but that's her IG handle. Fonam, hi.
Hi. Also to Maria Liman. Jude, ikaw nga.
Chelsea De Pedro, she's excited. Emeline Balanyal Tarala and Jain Pineda. It's just their names.
Yeah.
Hi to Faye and Rose. Hello, everyone. Loving the live podcast. Cheers to all of you. Sumasabay na lang ako sa wine session nyo.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yay,
yes.
good.
That's the way to do it.
Yep. Open a bottle of wine right now.
And Eunice is studying for her finals. School is still ongoing this week.
It
Good
is.
luck,
Oh,
Eunice. Good luck. Thanks for listening.
All from the Facebook streaming.
Cool. Okay, so send in your questions or your comments. We can see it. I'll leave it up on my phone.
Right. Alma from London. From London.
From London, England.
From London, England. Well,
Hello.
I have one. This is, I think it's a very distinct message for all four of us.
Okay.
So her name is Cheritsian, I guess. So anyway, she starts to, because I've been posting the books that I've been reading. So she said, I'm an avid listener of the Eavesdrop. Funny thing is, I don't know anything about you girls. I never listened to the radio growing up, as my parents never allowed us to listen to secular music. I really started with a clean slate, not even knowing how you guys look until very recently. I now see you girls as cool moms who are a true shining light in this perfectly curated and highlighted modern world. I learn, relearn, and unlearn through your podcast. It's my treat for the day, and I only allow myself to listen if I'm at the gym working out. It honestly motivates me and helps me with my willpower to bring my lazy bum to the gym, especially when it's bad weather. Thanks, you guys. I honestly learned so much about myself and the world around me because of you three. Thanks a million. Love from Ireland.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And she doesn't know us.
And thank you for referring to us as cool moms instead of the usual titas or podcast titas. Thank you.
Titas of Manila.
Oh, titas of
we?
Manila. Yung isa dyan, no? Smiling. Guilty.
Sino?
Si Ryan.
Yeah, all the Spotify listeners, everybody. You guys listen usually through Spotify, ba?
Thank you. Wow.
Okay. This is all new ground for us, actually. This
We're
whole
learning, we're
podcast
learning.
is. We're learning. You podcast?
You learn.
First episode.
All right,
Okay,
so let's head back to our
Pick a
questions.
question.
Fill
Pick a
in the
question.
blanks.
Any question?
Okay.
Can I choose one?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Now we're going.
Ayan na naman si Jude.
Nako-conscious tuloy ako. Sandali. No, and I would like somebody from the audience to please stand up and answer the question before we give our answer. For us to answer, you have to share.
That's nice. Oh, that's
You
fair.
can come
I
on
love
over
it.
to this
Sit with
microphone.
us. Sit with us.
Yeah,
Introduce yourself and give us your answer right here, okay?
Okay, so if I had a message for anyone or anything, it can be a thing, an inanimate object. It would be
And what would your message be? Okay, who's gonna be the first one? Or should we start calling names? I am eyeing somebody in particular.
teacher na teacher.
If you don't raise your hand, I will start calling names.
I know.
Come on!
It can be somebody
Cool.
who you know is not listening.
We want to hear your answers, you guys.
Message for anyone or anything in your life.
O para safe kayo, anything na lang.
And then you can get to ask them questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
if
Come
you
on,
want.
come on.
Parang walang tonic.
You look like you're ready. Come on. Come on down.
Go.
Yes.
Super Edom.
Yay! Oh my gosh, Super Edong. He has a picture of me in 2007.
Oh, wow.
Wild.
Hi, fans. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Marami talagang fans yan. When I met him, I'm like, oh, you're Super Ed. Oh, see, I knew of him. Okay.
What's the question again?
If I had a... Oh, parang beauty queen na nag-iisip na sagot.
Pag beauty
Delaying
queen,
tactic
can
yan,
you
ah.
please repeat effect na yung one. Can you please repeat the question?
Miss Botswana. If you had a message for anything or anyone in your life, past, future, and present, what would it be?
Okay.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay. Maybe I want to tell my kids that I want to grow old with them, seeing them growing up, be with them in the most important events in their lives, graduation, heartbreaks, wedding. And when I became a dad, mortality is an issue.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to die young.
We get it.
Ito na. Bibigay na po, bibigay na.
I don't want to die young. That's why I want to take each moment very special. I take time to read them stories, to watch
Yeah.
cartoons with them. So lahat ng gusto nilang gawin, as long as I can do it, malakas pa yung buto ko, I'll do it for them.
Beautiful answer.
Did I get to bring home the crown?
Not
Ikaw
yet.
pa lang eh.
Ay, ako.
Marami pang ibang contestants.
Tingnan mo na namin kung may mas magaganda pa.
pero that's my message.
Do you have any questions, Miss Botswana, for anybody on the panel?
No, it's not a question, but it's more of how happy I am that this is happening. And for those, maybe for those people who grew up listening to the show in the radio, you know what I'm saying. And it's not every day that this happens, and it's not every day that you get to see these radio royalties in one place.
Sandali. Ayusin na namin yung corona namin.
Yeah. and I can't say thank you enough to Jude, to Fran, to Delle, and to Gelli for bringing us closer together.
Thank you.
Because this is really something.
Thank
And I'm happy
you.
that I am part of this.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sige na nga.
Can I crown?
Sandali.
Bigyan na ng corona yan.
Oh, sino magcha-challenge? Any challengers?
Meron.
Oh. Thank you, Super
Yeah, you're
Edong.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much. Oh.
Hindi ka naman namin tinawag.
Halika! Ina.
Come. Alam mo si Ina, ano yan eh, nung paalis na ako, panay ang punta na lang sa bahay namin eh. Sabi ko, kasi sabi ko ganun, ikaw sasabihin mo, ako gusto mo makita, gusto mo lang makita mga anak ko eh.
Preschool teacher eh. Hi po.
Hi.
Kilig ako.
Okay.
Or lasing na yata.
Ina, also known as Butter Baby.
Nag-hi talaga ako, di ba?
Same question or different question?
Same.
Hi, but,
Okay lang.
Same?
Do you have a question for us?
Madami, pero okay
Ay, oh my
lang.
gosh.
Ay, isa lang po, isa lang.
Hindi, kaya
Baka
nga,
dalawa.
para sa kanila na yung questions.
Okay.
Because I'm actually fortunate enough to talk to each and every one naman. So, share na lang. Next, sila na lang. Sasagot na lang ako kasi peer pressure.
Okay.
No, sige.
Okay. Miss Turks and Caicos. Kala na mga... If you had a message for anything or anyone in your life, in the past, present, and future, what would it be?
Di ba message?
Yun yung sinabi
Sorry.
Miss Turks and Caicos,
It's the
nandito na
gin. It's the gin. I'm
She
sorry.
blanked out for a second.
It's the
I
gin.
understand. The gin is strong.
Okay, so if I have a message for, I think it's my past self. I'm just gonna tell my past self that it's okay. You're doing a great job, even if you have your failures and mishaps, something like that. Even if you think that you have gone to your lowest, it's okay. Everybody has their own pace in life, and I think you just need to be positive as always, because I think I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Energy,
Energy
positive
that.
energy pala. I think I'm pretty positive when it comes to life, and I'm just gonna tell my younger self that it's okay, it's fine, do anything. I think you turned out great.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You did.
Fair.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ina.
What's your student number in UP? Ay, hindi pala kasali yun.
9729293. I was 14. Oh.
Ba't ikaw, Del? Anong...
Ikaw, ano? Basta una to.
Minus 10.
Ayan, binabalik yung mga
minus 10.
tanong.
Thank you for this. As always, I always tell each and every one naman na thank you for doing stuff, impossible stuff, impossible things. Parang nothing is impossible for you guys. Sa ang galing nyo, na parang wala lang for the fans, for everybody na konting, ang dali nyong, parang sabihin, uy, sige na. Parang konting ganun lang. Ang dali nyo lambingin. Thank you for indulging each and every one of us.
Oh, thank
with
you.
this.
Grabe.
Yeah, gin talking.
Gin talking. Okay.
Hindi na gin tonic. Gin talking. Thank you.
Thanks, Ina.
AKA Butter Baby 30.
Hi to
Come here.
Melanie from home while on vacation. She's
Hi, Melanie.
watching us
Hi, Melanie.
on the live stream.
What you
Facebook.
wearing?
Hi to Jem.
Wild.
Hi to Fran's dad, Jing.
Hi to my daddy. My dad's listening.
Hi,
my number one supporter.
And Joel as well. Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Introduce yourself to
Introduce
everyone.
yourself.
Hi, I'm MJ.
MJ.
Sweetest drug,
No,
MJ.
explain why sweetest drug.
Oh no, I didn't prepare for this. A guy I dated asked what MJ meant because he was hitting on me, and he said, does it mean marijuana because you're very addictive? Something like that. But no, and sabi ko, parang magandang Twitter name yun, so I got it. Anyway, I'm shrinking. My message is for two people who owe me an apology for basta. They owe me an apology. But then I listened to the podcast. And I learned from the episode We Are All Big Babies from Delle. I'm going to quote it. She said, "When we expect certain things from people, it's like a contract that's binding. But when you say, you don't owe me anything, immediately whatever they give you is such a joy already." And to quote another... Akin ba to?
Gusto pa uminom dito. Question lang po ang nasa alaw dito. Hindi, alam ko na ano siya.
It gives me, sabi ni Delle, it gives me a feeling of freedom to move around, not being constricted by my own expectations of people. So after I heard that, sabi ko, sige na nga, you don't owe me an apology anymore, and I hope you're okay. Because I am now. Because, you know, if you don't have closure with certain people, it's very difficult because you think you know what you deserve. And if you don't get it, you're like, hey.
You're hung up.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm okay now, I think.
You are okay. You are okay.
Yeah. So, but thanks.
Most welcome. Akalain mo, Del, sinabi mo na?
Yes.
Yun nga pag kinu-quote niya ako, sabi ko, pag
Akalain mo, Del.
was it me? Oo, pakilala niyo ako. Kailangan ko siya sa buhay ko. Can I just tell you, I'll share with you something I'm going through, and I think I messaged this to Fran. Sometimes we break our own hearts. With ayan naman ko ito-tweet niya sa akin yan.
Yeah.
Because of the expectations, right? And then the other person doesn't know. They have their own thing going on, but I think when we give them something, we don't know it, but we want something back. And when they don't give it back, we get frustrated and angry, and we don't know that we are breaking our own hearts. And when you do that, you have to recognize that, ay, oo, ako yun eh. Masakit, pero at least okay ka na, diba?
And sometimes what you'll notice with the things that people do, thank you, MJ, it's actually just your perception sometimes. It's not really what they meant to do, or they didn't intend for you to feel that way. It's just how you perceived it because of what you're going through. When it comes to closure, I've noticed sometimes you don't necessarily need to get it from somebody else. You just give it to yourself, and it's done. And you'll notice that once you've given yourself the closure, it's liberating. And then you'll realize, why couldn't I have done that sooner? I could have been happier earlier. Because you're suffering, and the other person that you think you need closure from isn't even aware of your suffering. I apologize for saying this, doesn't even care. You know? So who's suffering? Ikaw lang. So give that closure to yourself, yo.
I like that.
Okay.
Who else? Hi to Joel. Did we say hi to Joel?
Yeah, we did.
Hi, Joel. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. What?
Questions?
Any questions before we get to the next?
Yes.
yes.
There
Come on.
we go.
Come on
There we
down.
Hi.
Yay.
I like that.
High five. High five.
High five, high five. Bigla siya, Jude, high five, okay.
Natatakot din kami sa kanya, sa totoo lang.
Oh.
Good evening, everyone. Hi. My name
You-
is Fran.
Fran?
Yes, I'm
Hi,
also
Fran.
Francesca. And I've been listening to your podcast after I've heard about it from the Mother Show. I've listened to the Morning Rush before, but I didn't like the new host. Even during Gino's time, so I stopped listening.
Happy birthday, Gino! Birthday boy yun!
Friend,
Si Gino
ipararating
talaga,
ko sa
oh.
kanya.
He was too much for me. So.
Happy birthday, Gino. You're too
Happy
much.
birthday, Gino.
Yeah.
Grabe ka talaga.
I like the episodes where Chico, Delle, and sing and rap during some of the top 10s that you had.
The rap battle ba? Epic rap
Whenever
battle.
he says something, the epic rap battle. But whenever he says something, Basta, sobrang yabang, ayoko sa kanya.
Okay, sorry. No. You never have to say sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gino.
But you know why? It's true. Gino is he's mayabang. It's true. It's okay.
But we love him.
And
we love him.
And he knows it. He knows it. That's okay. Okay lang yun. Go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe the personality on the radio. So maybe that's the one that I hate, but not the person.
Sige, okay na. Tama na.
Okay, so back to your question.
Back to my question. So, my question for you is, I've listened to some of your episodes, and you always mention about fighting. So, my question is, how do you reconcile, or how do you usually, paano kayo nakikipagbatid dun sa husband nyo or dun sa partner nyo? Or even
Or
to
sa
Juliana,
friend. Or sa friend.
Whenever you have a big argument or you hurt their feelings. So, yeah.
Okay.
Fran will answer this.
On our behalf.
Let me see. Okay, so Al and I have had epic fights. No, Al, hi. Ano? They are. Let's be fair here. Let's see. How did we? Okay, I believe in. You know how they say, "Don't go to bed angry." I think you should. It's okay.
I agree.
Kasi, you know, if you're angry at a person, edi let yourself be angry. Because you might, if you push yourself more, you might just say more things that you will regret. So it's okay to take some time off. I think I learned that with Al through the course of our relationship. So we now, if we do get into arguments, we kind of like back off for a bit and we don't like try to tackle it head on. And then after, you know, cooler heads will prevail. Always. So once you step back and you kind of reassess the situation, and then you have to assess your feelings. Like, well, what did he say? What happened? Why was I so triggered? You know, and then you kind of regroup again. I don't know. I'm talking about on my end. Maybe Al, you want to explain? Hey, hello. You need to have a microphone.
Sabi niya too far.
Too far. You're too far. No. Stay here. He will
Fran.
share with my microphone. Ay, sorry. Okay, wag na.
Come on now.
Yes, you may.
But thank you, Fran, for a great question. How
Yeah.
do you apologize?
It's always so hard to apologize, no? Because when you think you're right, why should I apologize? Yes, Sir Al. Sir Al. We call him Sir Al. Or Dada.
Ooh, fights, man. I feel like we've gone through so much.
So and right now, how do we, reconcile? Tama?
Wait,
Well,
kiss muna.
how did we used to?
That's how they reconcile.
Hindi. Don't touch me. I'm angry at you.
I don't want to relive it because we're awful close to each other. But I used to have this thing. Can you tell us apart?
No, it's for the camera.
You're too far.
It's for the camera, okay, guys.
We used to have this thing where I used to have this thing where I felt like if I didn't fix this right away, I wouldn't get to see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like there was a sense of urgency. If this wasn't resolved, what would we be? Then you learn that that's why you guys have each other, that you can handle the ebbs and flows. You take like one step back and you realize a fight or a couple of fights don't really make up much. You might feel at the moment that it's everything. So I learned from Fran that I can wait. I can't, but I have to. You know, I want to hug her right away, even though things are not okay. Like I want her to laugh already. I want her to make me feel like it's cool, even though it's not, and that's kind of wrong, because that's not real. So we waited out. Like she said, we don't say things that we want to say right at the moment, because there's no coming down from certain things, as you know. And then it's guaranteed, because after a few hours, and you're going to start to feel and think about the other person's side. Because in the moment, in your mindset, it's like they're 100% wrong, you're 100% right, and there's no other way. But then your brain processes the possibility that, oh nga pala, I could have been wrong. Maybe. I won't say it. And then you guys work it out. It doesn't even take much, because usually 99% of the time you fight, it's something so small and insignificant that it does not match the fight itself. So yeah, that's what it was.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Al.
What did I say?
Thank you.
I know, what's happening?
Kasi habang sumasagot si Al, yung kamay niya nasa knee ni Fran. Tapos nung natapos siya, medyo mid-thigh na eh.
Oo, tumataas na.
Tapos sabi ni Gelli sa akin.
Sabi ko kay Del, hawakan mo naman yung akin. Sige na.
Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, alam mo namang babae ako, diba?
Pareho lang yun.
Sabi niya, okay lang.
Init din ng kamay yun.
Do you apologize, Gel?
I do.
Oh, ito. Masyado
I don't have problems or hesitations apologizing. Although, and these girls have made me realize it, I don't know how to fight. I actually do not fight. And it's just recently that I started to acknowledge that, hold on, I am angry. This pisses me off. And I realized...
Yes, Gel, say it.
I've realized, thanks to these girls, that I need to acknowledge my anger. Like, it's okay to be angry. So I've been angry quite a lot lately. But my anger, I think, which is maybe even worse for some, it's silent anger. Like, I'll just not talk. Because what I've also realized in the past with people is that you, in the heat of the moment, when you're really emotional, you end up saying things you really don't mean. And you know you're going to regret once everything is okay. And things said, you can't take it back. Even if you say, I apologize, I was angry. But once you've said it, it's already hurt someone. So in my case, I don't say it. I would probably text just the thoughts, but once I know I'm getting too emotional, I stop texting, I stop talking, and then I just let it, it will go away. And then okay na ako. And then when I'm wrong, I apologize. Sometimes I would even apologize for being angry. But yun, I do. I still, pero at least it's a step.
Yes.
I acknowledge that I was angry. So, yun.
I don't know if you guys caught a 5-part post on Instagram with my son. And I think no apology. I'm a grown-ass woman. I know what an apology looks like, feels like, sounds like. But I don't think I've ever learned the depth of an apology, a good apology. And it took, my son was 6 at the time? And kasi kami ni Cooper, he's just, I feel like he's going to be my friend. And then all of a sudden I had other kids and we were at war. And I couldn't understand, parang umuwi ako, hindi kami okay. And it was hard for me and I had to ask him, what's wrong, babe? What's wrong? And he didn't want to tell me, but you can look at it on Instagram. I learned to apologize to my son. He said, Mom, you're always shouting at me. And I was like, it is true. Because when you have children, and this is the excuse part, but I'll say it lang. I'm so loaded with managing these little people. I'm managing their emotions every time and it tires me out. So when they don't do something at the time I want them to do it, nagagalit ako. Siya yung pinakamatanda and I expect him to know more. And he said, you're always angry at me. You shout at me. And I felt the pain and I'm like, oh no, Del, no. And I knew, wala naman, like Gelli, I don't have a problem with apologizing. But this was a different apology because I was apologizing to him, yes, as my son, but as a human being. I could tell him things in a nicer way. Kasalanan ko yun eh. Talagang ganon. Ba mga nanay galit palagi, di ba?
True.
Kasi ang dami nilang iniisip, pero hindi yun excuse. And I need to make sure that I acknowledge the pain with no excuses. Kasi mahirap pag nag-sorry ka, I'm sorry pero kasi. And so it doesn't make the other person feel good. So I had to learn, buti na lang I did the right thing and chose the right words I felt at the time, which was, I'm sorry. I love you. I really love you. I'm really sorry. And he looked away. Ako rin, I looked away. Kasi I don't think this was uncharted territory between he and I. And ever since then, I learned to really apologize. And I'll tell you, Fran, why. Sometimes you are right. And this, I think we've said this before on the show. Sometimes it doesn't matter that you're right. It's not important that you're right. It's the person that's more important. And you need to keep them in your life. If you love them, keep them in your life. And sometimes we can be wrong, even if we're the grown-ups. If we're the ones who are mature, we have to acknowledge that an apology is something that we share with people that we love. And we can be wrong, kahit nanay ako. But I learned a lot. And I like that I stepped up to the moment. I did what was necessary, just like that. And I'm kind of proud of myself for that.
Does that answer your question, Fran? Thank you.
Makakarating kay Gino ang lahat ng sinabi mo.
Happy birthday, Gino.
We're going to see him later.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Gino.
Happy birthday, Gino. Love
Can
you.
I just say, it's so much fun to do this, and then seeing right in front of us Danielle and Christy.
Danielle and Christy are with us. We love you, girls.
You know, I think that's one of the best things that came out of being on radio. It's we got to meet amazing people, and we still have a great friendship with all of them. So, I mean, like Danielle came all the way from Las Piñas to be here to
Christy,
support the
Pampanga.
live show. Christy, Pampanga.
Christy, Lahar Country.
Ako nga galing U-turn.
Ang bilis mo na magtampo.
Wala yun ang tinahak ko. Para lang kasama ninyo. Should we do one more?
Let's ask
Any
Okay.
question before we get to the next
Sige
question?
na.
Oo.
Mas masaya.
Clarifications,
I have to answer
reactions
questions.
to the podcast?
Your chance. Dun, dun, dun.
Di ba kayo na-shock sa mga sa sex episode? Feeling ko na-shock sila eh.
Hindi.
So
More.
sex.
More daw, more. Gelli,
more.
go.
Ako talaga.
The one that doesn't get any.
Wait. Can I just say, to those of you who've been sending me private messages,
Oy.
not that kind of. Nobody's been sliding me no DMs. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
I meant those who would tag me with the different shapes that they come across. They feel like I don't know what it looks like anymore.
Gelli, did you see yung tinag?
Yes, the penis fish.
Penis fish.
So just so you know, Rappler posted all about a penis fish. Have you seen it? If not, go on IG right now and see it. Ang napakabait na si Del. Talagang tinag ako.
Like thousands of them like showed up on the shore, right? All for you.
So I'm like, so it comes to this. This is all I'm left with now, a penis fish.
Sabi ng mga fish, kailangan tayo ng babae. Nandun siya. So good. Kahit sino sa atin, okay sa kanya.
10 inches.
10 inches.
Ay, oh. Yun ba ang minimum? Only 10 inches.
I'll be lying if I didn't say yes. Okay.
Painamin pa pata.
Hoy, where's your wine?
Paubos na. Second round na to.
I would like to say that I'm very happy that I taught Gelli how to drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
My first
Yeah,
alcoholic
di ba, Ana?
drink, courtesy of Francesca.
Yeah.
So,
Sabi ko,
thank you.
You're so corny. You're an RX. You're not drinking. What's wrong with you?
And I could see that the first few times she would offer a drink and I would say no because I really didn't drink
Yeah, she
prior
did not, in
to
fairness.
going to RX, whether beer, wine, wala talaga. I didn't like the taste of alcohol, and I guess my entire family's not really a drinking family. So when she would offer me, I would say, no, I'm okay, thank you. I would see her face. And you know, Fran, she's very upfront and honest, and it really shows in her face. So when I finally accepted the drink, she felt like, oh, that's an achievement. And we've come to this now, my third glass.
Yay!
And isn't your life a whole lot better?
Yes, it is.
Alam mo, at a certain age, you need to drink. Ay, grabe!
promote!
No. I think that life is very hard.
It is.
The things that we deal with at this age, no matter what age you are, you didn't think you'd have to deal with it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm still like, reeling from the things that we have to deal with. And wag lang kayo maging alcoholic, di ba?
Pero you define alcoholic.
Ayan na, nako. No, just a little thing.
Just a little something.
Just to take the edge off. Maririnig niyo yan sa mga movies, di ba? Like a glass of whiskey before the day ends.
Or a glass of red wine.
Red
it's
wine.
true. It works.
It works. Parang sometimes you need a little help to let go of things. Kasi minsan di kaya eh. Kahit gaano mo gustong i-let go eh. So kailangan mo minsan, okay, wag naman masyado.
And it's always more fun when you share it with friends, like when you get together. Like this one time, after our podcast recording, we realized kailangan tayo ni Del, sandali lang. So we transferred to like a restaurant, and the three of us, we were on Skype with Del for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Fran and I finished 2 bottles of wine between us, so that's a bottle each over 4 hours. Yun lang, shinare lang namin.
Yun yung nagbe-breakdown na ako sa podcast.
Yes, you had that major breakdown.
And I'm so happy we did that. Like, we were nakakatawa kasi where were you? Some place?
We were in like Dr. Wine, this place in
Poblacion, Backwell.
Yeah. And then there was a table next to us nga like this older man with his cadate. And parang, because so if you can picture it, we had the laptop up. So it was the laptop, Del's face, Gelli and I, our food, and the wine. So we're talking, we're doing this over the course of 4 hours, and then they're trying to enjoy a date. And then, I don't know if it was me, I don't know if I was drunk already, but I thought I heard him say, oh, would you just stop talking?
Oh, really?
Oo, pero I don't know. Hindi ako na-trigger kasi I wasn't sure if I just like thought it because I was tipsy. So I just looked at him. I'm like, okay, whatever.
They eventually left.
Yeah.
They eventually left when they realized these girls are not gonna stop.
We just ignored him. Said, whatever, my friend's in need. What's wrong with you? Fuck off.
But see, Fran, these days, I don't know if that was already there in her before when we were younger. She really takes a step back when something like something you don't, okay, she's a yes, right? Let's just say she's a yes, and she encounters a no. These days, she really thinks. Wait, magkakalculate siya sa isip niya. Okay, now. And I think that's such a great thing to do for oneself. And kaya lang kasi the truth is, I'm learning different traits from the girls. And there was a time you think you're all that. You know everything. You're the greatest, right? And then you realize, oh no, there's so much to learn from others. So, ginagawa na yun. So, minsan, pag nagkukwentuhan kami, so I had to step back. Tama ba? Am I fair? Am I being a bully?
Yes. And to that we say yes.
Pero meron siya
Especially to me.
Hindi ako bully.
Pero kailangan mo eh.
I just make her sermon. I make her sermon and then she makes me dead, ma. Style ni Gelli yan.
Pero maganda yan yung may moment ka na, calculate. Tama ba ako? Kasi kukwento siya minsan eh. Wait, tama ba yun? And I like that because we really need to pause sometimes, right? And ask ourselves, wait, baka naman mali ako. Right. Oh, it starts na, diba? Okay, sino susunod?
Anyone with questions?
Anything? We've had many drinks already, so now's your chance.
Christy, they're requesting for you.
Christy and Danielle, can you join us?
Christy Ann.
Okay, who needs earplugs?
Oh, I want to say hi to my mom. She's also watching. Hi, Mom. Also to my cousin Martin. Hi, Martin.
Hi to your mom.
Yeah. Oh, my mom loves you.
Oh no, Christy's
She's so
going to
worried
scream
about
now.
you.
Can I just say that?
Mom.
Thank you to, will I say her name?
Yeah.
Edith. Thank
Edith.
you. That was something when she said that her mom was 23 in New York with 3 kids.
Yes.
Sabi ko, what are you crying about, Del? You're 40-something. Double her age.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
managed. And I really, iniisip ko yun, kung nga yung mga babae dati kaya nila eh, kaya ko.
No, ikaw pa.
Relax, of course.
Here's
Hi.
Do you have a
Anna
question for
Banana.
us?
Danielle.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Hindi
go.
na Danielle. Anna na, Anna.
Can you guys please take a photo of this? And
Wait, I want to take off the mic.
this is huge for us.
That's true.
Sige. Habang,
Because usually nagsasama-sama kami, but without microphones na. So
Yes.
this is
A
a
treat.
first after years.
yeah.
A while. It's been a while.
Jude.
Jude is my security blanket.
All right. Picture muna. Quick moment of silence, people.
I know.
Okay, we're recording. We're recording.
Okay,
Okay, we just
while
took
you
a
guys
picture.
are taking pictures,
All right.
can we just say, I know many things have been said here and there, and you kind of infer from things that we posted, but the truth is we wouldn't know each other
Sorry.
if it,
You're ruining the moment here, Monica.
lasing na kami ng konti. Parating na kami doon.
The tears are coming, but then
No, but
Bumalik.
Kasi for whatever the situation is that you exited the company, the truth of the matter is, and let the record show that we wouldn't know each other the way that we do if it weren't for RX.
Yes.
There's really a gratitude
Yes.
Yeah.
that we need to send out to RX, the management,
Yeah.
siguro with the exception of one person. Sorry! Hindi ko kaya!
They're gonna ask you who that person is.
Hindi ko kaya talaga.
Oh my God.
Shock! Sino yung one? Sino yung one?
I think everybody's
Sino yung
curious
one?
now. Who is
Hindi,
talking
hindi,
about?
hindi. Joke lang yun. Joke lang.
Oh my God.
Hindi, kaya naman.
I'm so proud of you, Del. That's right. No, but she's right.
No,
She's
but
right.
we really want to thank
It's true.
the station
Yeah.
for being the place where we all met.
Yes.
And we didn't know it at the time that we were all working together kasi sa totoo lang, marami ring drama dun sa RX.
Oh, that's
eh.
true.
So true. Oh my goodness. So much drama.
So much drama.
And then what we realized was when we started meeting up together once a year, me and Christy had talked about this, parang you know what? We didn't know we had it so good.
Yes.
That we were standing next to people like Gelli, Christy, Fran, Jude, Anna, Chico, Gino.
Right.
This is a great team.
Yeah.
It was a great team to the point that we never had to worry if, we knew that everyone was good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
will cover for one another.
Exactly.
Like if
Yes.
you're running late, I'll cover for you, no problem.
Wait, bosses ni Anna. I miss hearing your voice.
Really?
Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, we came to that point like, don't worry, if you can't make it, I'll cover for you. No matter how long. I'm gonna cry. But it's true though that because of RX, I've met some of my bestest friends, Jude included, and all these girls, and so many people who are not here.
And Hazel and Sarah are your
Hazel
good
and
Hazel and
friends.
Sarah, and they're all my good friends, and
David.
even if I have to travel, so far away go through all the traffic. When we meet once a year, I don't care. I'll go through the traffic because the diamonds in the rough, you don't get them all the time. So if you get them, you cherish them and you do whatever you can to make that friendship last forever.
You missed her voice.
Nakakilig. Christy, ikaw na.
Ayan na.
Pero I've told Fran this.
about how, because there were moments when we were really frenemies.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
serious.
It's true.
I mean, we had moments where, we would disagree with each other. And
Yeah.
like any company or school or group or family, there will be that always. Like sisters, you'd bicker, you'd talk about this. Oh, si ganito, ganito. Pero what was so great also about that time was, I think, we win as one.
By typing.
It's true. We win as one. No, we had that one goal, and we didn't talk about it really, but we had a goal, all of us. It was an unspoken thing that we all wanted to be number one.
Yeah.
So even if we weren't like, I don't know, for a moment, may tampuhan ng konti. But at the end of the day, we were all together. We were all like working towards one goal.
And we knew everyone was good.
Yeah.
We knew it. We knew it.
Everyone was capable, and everyone just wanted to go there, way up there, to set the standard high and say, this was the team. We could have done it, beat there. Like, yun lang. But
I think for a time we got there. I think for a time we got there, and I mean, for us, I think we could like, if you were not there, I could take over for you, and I could take over for you, and I think we met that standard that we wanted to reach at that point. Because I don't want to say that we were the best team, but maybe we were.
It's
I don't
okay.
see that same relationship in
other-
that station, or I don't know. Maybe, but just for me, it was just like a solid group.
yeah.
I
With
think it
Jude
was
leading us.
With Jude leading us.
Wow, ayun no.
You guys don't know. I mean, if you don't know already, but really, we really looked up to Jude as our leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? I don't know.
We did it, Jude. Sabi ni Jude, this is news to me.
What?
Jude for president, that's what we would always say.
Yeah.
Baka may
Jude was-
comment ka, Jude.
He was always very proactive, and like with the Gelli story, that he would listen to us. So he would listen to us about our love life or whatever extracurricular activities that we had. But he would also listen if we came to him like, "Hey, Jude, this is good for the show, or this is a good song." So parang all around siya.
And what was nice about working with Jude is that he has this standard of excellence. So it's like, for example, you can't be partners with him. You have to step it up if you're going to be partners with him. So, that's the kind of training that you want. So for those of you at work, if you're coming across terror bosses or people na parang they're giving you a hard time, actually, that's short of saying na terror si Jude.
Yeah.
But, because they're training you to be better than you are today. So just allow it and embrace it and just step it up, because that's what we all had to do working with Jude Rocha. And now even more doing a podcast with Jude Rocha.
I just like that I can see the past more clearly.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make sense at the time, we all had our dramas, there were little groups but I love the idea that I was part of a team who I may not like, who I may not agree with, but I would never question the talent. Kasi talaga, magkakaroon ng moments na sa buhay niyo na you will see people around you and like, they're not that good. I mean, in any, okay? Meron ganun, di ba? Umagri kayo. And then you realize that at a certain time in your life, you didn't recognize it, but you had it good. And I think it was so nice that we all had come to that realization separately.
Yes.
So that now, at this age, we could come together and just kind of let that go. Meron, but there will always be like, kasi pag close ka sa tao, talagang you can hurt them more. Ganun talaga yon. Kumbaga, proximity has its risks. But I would rather be close to people like these people. And it's so nice that at this age, at this time, and I'm glad that you guys are with us kasi parang kompleto yung experience. Kung kami-kami lang, we wouldn't feel the full weight of it, but we see you guys nodding. And we understand, no. We had it good.
We did. We had it good. No, you stay here. Stay here.
So you guys have questions? Oh, I have
questions
a
for
question
us?
actually.
Oh, Christy.
Someone
Christy has a
reminded
question.
me. Also have to answer.
Christy.
What? Someone reminded me.
What?
About that has nothing to do with this topic. Oh, but wait. With what Del said, sorry, sisingit ko lang. When we were a team, what also helped was we had such great listeners.
Yeah.
Oh, diba?
Yeah,
As in,
it's true.
It's so true. I mean, the eavesdrop listeners, great. I mean, and then, we did our own thing and people followed us. But at that time, when we were a family and we're still family, I mean, and we were together as a team, but when it was our batch, I mean, the listeners were amazing. Even from the start naman eh. I mean, it has its batches, diba? Pero kasi when I was part of it, I felt like you were part of that as well.
Yeah.
True. Diba? So that made it also amazing.
Can I just say, on the listener aspect, going into it, I always say, I was pretty naive the most part of my radio career. It was just like me having fun. This is beautiful. Just good times, bands, drinking, parties, it was just fun. And I knew I was lucky to have that. When I decided to leave, no, actually, it started when I decided to have a business. When I opened up my business in Cubao, just a small fledgling whatever. I didn't even know what I was doing. You guys, the RX listeners went and supported me, and I was so happy and so great. I'm going to cry. Wait lang. I was so grateful. I was so grateful for that because I was like, oh my God, these people love me outside of me as a DJ.
Yeah.
And then it continued when I left and they came and they still supported me and they still support me today. I was like, okay, I'm not going to cry. But the listeners, our listeners, RX listeners are like the most amazing people. You guys are the most amazing people.
Amen to that.
True. Very true.
Oh, what was your question?
O balik daw doon sa sex episode. Lukso, di ba?
Yung
May-
ano to,
the
the
serum.
serum.
The
The
serum.
serum.
Honesty. Hindi ko narinig. I haven't heard that episode.
Okay.
Tawag dito. Pero meron kasi daw nagsabi na pag-uusapan nyo daw yung mga toys.
Okay.
So pag-uusapan nyo nga talaga siya.
Yes.
O, papaalala lang daw.
Wala akong mako-contribute dyan.
Ipaalala lang daw. Not to forget daw. Not to forget to
Not to
talk about
forget.
toys. Cue out na kami si Jude na.
Yes, cue out na kami. Wala akong comment sa sex toys.
May nagtanong, hey, may question from the audience. Do you have samples? Do you have samples?
Please use. Kasi Del would have gone to jail if she tried to bring in the serum. So
I heard about the serum.
we got to go to the States for that, guys, where it's legal.
Pero paglabas niyo mamaya, daan lang kayo doon. Meron na nakabang. Bentahan lang po.
Okay, so anyway, sex toys. I don't know. Gelli, ikaw yung What else is there?
Ako yung gumagamit ako nangangailangan. Ganun ba yun?
Kanina gusto mong himasig ko yung hita mo. Wait, before we continue, can we do a toast to RX?
Yes.
To RX.
We are grateful to RX.
Thank you so much.
Gratitude to RX.
RX.
Thank you, RX.
Thank you. 96.1. Wait. Can we just say Monster Radio?
Oh, Monster. Okay.
Kasi Monster RX na sila, di ba?
Pero for us, we were Monster Radio. Okay.
Right.
Sige, you
Ikaw na.
Okay, 1, 2.
Ba?
My whole
Si Jude. Jude Roth.
Jude, dapat. Ano to?
Come here.
In unison?
Radio RX 93.1.
I'll just say it.
Yeah, we're cheersing.
Yeah, we're gonna cheers it.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up.
I'm gonna screw it up. So cheers.
Two.
To our old stomping grounds, Monster Radio, RX 93.1.
Old school, no old school. It sounds like.
Oo, radyong-radyo eh.
Oh my goodness, Jude, that sounded so good.
Oh, that's good.
That was so good.
Galing naman.
Oh, any others?
Just rolls off the tongue, no?
Oh, we'll give the mic to the listeners now. Thank you for having us. Another round of applause, please, for Christy and Danielle.
Thank
We love having you guys here. No goodbyes yet because we're still gonna hang out after this.
Yeah. Kasi may
Cheers!
merong
History in the
birthday.
making.
Cheers to the ladies.
Okay, wait guys.
Happy birthday.
Okay, when you toast,
yes, what?
you need to look at the eyes of the person you're toasting to. Otherwise, it's 7 years bad sex. So,
Gelli! We're all looking at you!
look at each other's eyes.
Si Gelli mas lalo! Everybody stare at Gelli.
Si Gelli, ang laki ng mata eh.
Naninigurado lang, Del. Mahirap na.
Wait, cheers to Papa Jude. Oh, see that.
Cheers to Papa Jude.
Chelsea, Tina, my cousin Erna. Okay, what's next?
Okay.
Hi. You know, usually this is really how it is. Like, we're eating, we're drinking, we're just shooting the shiz.
Okay, I'll ask this question. The one lesson I took longest to learn is... how to do that. So we want you guys to think about it as well. We want one of you to come forward. You've been very into our answers. I'm gonna drag you in later on.
Kanina ka pa dyan eh.
Yeah,
Meron
what's his
tayong
name?
sinasabi talagang parang
Ramdam
feel na
niya,
feel
no?
niya.
No, you can't
Oo.
stay there. There's no microphone there.
What's your name, darling?
that guy?
Yes. Nico. Nico.
Let's go, Miko. Have
Come
a
on.
seat. Come on, join us. It's okay.
Halika na.
Please give it up for Nico. Ayan.
Huwag ka mag-alala kung
Kasi
nininervous
diba,
ka.
whenever
Oo.
we would say anything, you can tell na he's really taking it in.
I know.
He's
Oo.
absorbing.
Yeah.
Either that or kunyari lang.
Hi.
Oh, hi. So the question is...
You're so hot.
Huh?
You're so hot. She is right.
Sa live show ko lang pala, mamimi. Diyos ko. Okay.
Sabi ni Gelli. Talagang ano, diba? I love it. I love it.
God, gels. Okay, go.
Sandali
Sorry.
lang. Trabaho.
Professional.
Okay. Wait, what was my question?
Yes!
Sandali lang. Saan ba yun?
Nawawala na po siya. Ito yung sobrang professional pero biglang nawala sa script.
I haven't heard that in a while. No. Ito na naman drama. Okay, here's the question. The one lesson I took longest to learn is...
Treating my parents right. Yeah. Because for the longest time, should I be honest?
Yes!
I'm nakedly honest.
Should I be honest? Should I no lie to us?
Hindi kasi ang transparent ng podcast. So, parang every time we listen to it na dadala, ako lang ba?
Or
all
trust
of
us.
Okay.
Trust us,
So,
we know. Nadadala kami lagi.
Yeah.
Oh, go.
Okay, so treating my parents right, like for example, yung father ko, marami siyang shortcomings. Yung mom ko may let's say, parang kay Miss Del, may favoritism. Like for gaya nung sa dalawa kong, kasi tatlo kami magkakapatid. I'm the youngest. Tapos yung dalawang mga kapatid, they're really smart. Then ako parang, I feel like parang ako yung how should I
Gets
say
kita.
this? Parang lata.
Lata.
Ganun.
Yeah.
Yan. Tapos so parang gaya nung sa previous episode niyo, so nalimutan ko na yung title. I forgot. Parang iniisip ko na, yeah, maybe I'm dumb, kaya I didn't get this specific job that I want way back when I was younger. Hindi ako nagtatap sa school, so pag magtatap ako, it's really a surprise kasi I feel like I felt like talaga ako, I'm stupid, ganun. So nakaka-relate ako kay Miss Del, even sa inyo. Pero si Miss Fran, she's a badass. Ang angas niya.
Eh, oh.
Yeah, she is, diba? Oo, ang angas niya eh. Yun. Hindi totoo kasi never ko pa siya narinig sa podcast na out ng mga ano niya.
Emotions,
Yeah. And like Miss Del,
Unlike
she
sa ating
cried.
dalawa.
She cried. Yeah. Ikaw.
Yes,
yeah.
lagi.
Sabi niya si
Madalas.
Miss Del, tapos sabi niya, ikaw. Ikaw ang bigay ng may kapal.
Kinilig ako bigla.
Actually, kanina, papunta ko dito, kasabay ko siya. Sabi ko, ay, ang ganda naman nito. She's ano. Kasi nataturn on ako sa mga morena, so...
Feeling ko wala talaga siyang tanong. Gusto lang yung lumapit kay Gelli. Tinawag siya ni Gelli.
Pinalapit niyo ako eh. Ayun, yan.
So, ano ang tanong? Ano ang gusto mong tanongin?
Yung learning ko, naghalo-halo na, di ba? Na kinakabahan kasi ako eh.
Sige. Hindi, ganito. Slow down. Okay. Everything is gonna be okay. Kahit naman dumb tayo, okay pa rin yun eh.
Yeah.
But dun ka takot, di ba?
Yeah.
What if I'm dumb? So, tanongin mo sa sarili mo, okay, I am dumb. Now what? And then you will go, ano ngayon? Hindi naman lahat ng tao pwedeng gwapo. Hindi naman lahat ng tao pwedeng maganda, matalino, mayaman, We all have our spot in the sun. At kung saan ka ngayon, that's where you need to be. So ano ang tanong mo para kay Gelli? Hindi, anong tanong mo? Sorry, hindi. Seriously,
I'm gonna tell you something, you're smart. Yeah. Kasi di ba, feeling niya, feeling niya she needs to learn a lot, pero magaling na siya eh, actually.
That is very true.
Yun yung sinasabi namin sa kanya. Oo.
Yes.
Yan,
That
yan.
is very
At
true.
saka, sa totoo lang, hindi ka makakapasok at makakapasa ng UP Dentistry kung ikaw ay dumb.
Yeah.
Yup.
Diba? Thank you. Ang tanong, bakit ayaw niyang tanggapin? Yun ang tanong eh. Pero anyway, yun ba ang tanong mo, Miko?
Ay, hindi. May
gusto
share
mo lang
lang ako.
lumapit kay Gelli?
Actually, wala akong plan to, I just want to be here, listen to you, ganun.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Kaso pinalapit niyo ako, so hindi talaga ako handa. Yun, gayon sa, what's the question?
Tinitingnan yung script, tinitingnan.
Natadans ako dito. Anyway, yun, treating my parents right and how to deal with my insecurities. For example, way back in the morning rush, sabi mo, you'll be found out pag hindi ka pumasa sa UP, then nakapasa ka na. Baka malaman ng mga kapatid mo or whoever it was na you're weak or so. Pero hindi eh. It will show na there's something in us na in Tagalog may kagalingan din.
So, ang tanong mo, paano mo ma-overcome yung?
Yeah, how to overcome
Dalawa, parang feeling ko dalawa yung tanong mo
dalawa. How to deal with parents and
Yes.
number 2, how to deal with our insecurities. Because I'm 29 and
Ang hirap, no?
I'm fucked up. I'm seriously.
We all
I don't know
are.
what to do.
We all are.
Yeah.
Nobody has it perfect.
Yup,
Yeah.
for sure.
They may seem like it's perfect because that's what they want to project to everybody, but it's not true. Ano unahin natin, parents?
Okay, what's the question?
Yeah,
Sorry.
with the parents.
How do you show your parents love?
Yeah.
Because, okay, I noticed yung mga sagot ko sa Morning Rush was really from a point of view of a daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I went on the Mother Show and now on the Eve's podcast, iba na. I'm thinking on the other side. And kasi ang tingin natin sa parents natin, they know everything, they call the shots. But what we don't know is they have doubts as to whether they are raising us right. And do our children know that we love them? Kasi ang dami mga nangyayari sa buhay, hindi na ipapakita yung main message, which is, I love you. Whether you pass this or not, you get this job or not, you have that great big job or not, I love you. But if you can't get it from them, my feeling is, and this has been my healing, kung ano yung hinihingi ko sa magulang ko, the healing came when I gave it to them. So kung gusto mo ng respeto, respect them.
Yeah.
You want them to love you, love them. You want them to honor you, honor them. So whatever you're asking of them, that's what you should give. That's just what I think. Kasi nangyari yun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Fran.
Yes, hi. Oh, what happened? Oh, my answer.
Yeah.
Yung insecurity, how do you overcome insecurity?
Oh, snap. Okay, let me see. How do you overcome?
Wala kasi siya masyado
I was
nun eh.
gonna say.
No, oh my God, that is not true.
Wala siyang
No.
no
That's not true.
insecurities.
Oh my God, I have so many insecurities, guys.
Meron,
Grabe.
pero kasi she doesn't let it rule.
Yeah.
I think that's it eh. Parang, I admittedly, not a lot of people are equipped with that. So it's something that you have to practice within yourself. Right? Yung feeling na parang you're smaller than everybody else. No. I have sometimes, yun nga, I have like this false sense of bravado that just takes me through things. Na parang, sige, kaya ko naman to eh. So it's just like, it's something that you say to yourself and then you have to believe it. Right? Parang, I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, I'm pretty enough, I'm talented enough. Because we've all been in that situation na parang, you're put in a situation na parang, okay, am I going to rise up to this challenge? Kaya ko ba to? There's other people naman that are better than me. So you just have to really try to put that aside. And I don't know how to verbalize it kasi, so I do it, but then you just have to. And then I think I was talking to Al about something like, okay, so I don't want to belittle anything. Na parang when people say, parang, I have the worst life. I have the worst life. But you're not letting yourself look at the greatest things, those small things that are good, that are happening with you. Diba? So you have to make sure, and then sometimes you can't let it go. Oh, I'm trying to remember what we were talking about kasi it's like, I didn't get the wedding of my dreams. Kunwari, I didn't get the wedding of my dreams. And then if you cling on to that fact, you will never get over it, and you'll always be thinking in your mind, I missed out on this. I missed out on the fairy tale proposal and fairy tale wedding, but then you realize, oh, but I have all of this, and this is good. Yeah. Okay, wait, this is serious. Now I remember what I was talking about with Al. Because I had a miscarriage. Was it this year? Last year. Okay, I had a miscarriage last year, and I was telling Al, for some reason, recently lang, I don't know why, maybe it's because all our friends are having babies. It just popped in my head, because I was a single mom. I have my daughter Jade, diba? And then I had David, and I was thinking, I've never experienced being pregnant with a partner that was with me. That loved me, that supported me, that was with me all the time, that took care of me. I did not feel that. Even with David, because Al and I, we had that rocky relationship in the beginning.
It's like we don't have to talk about that.
And then for some reason I was like, and because after my miscarriage, I don't think I'm going to be pregnant again. I was like, I'm never going to have that. I'm never going to feel that. And it saddened me for a bit, because it's sad. Like, I'll never feel that Al and I won't get to have that thing. I won't have a partner. Like, Tyler took care of you, and whatever.
Ish.
Yeah, and I know you.
Kinda.
That traditional thing na may partner ka, takes care of you like that. And I thought to myself, sige, am I gonna wallow in this feeling? Na parang, sad naman, Fran, you're never gonna have that. Or am I gonna get over it and say, well, okay lang. It may be a stronger person. And everything happened well naman, turned out well with Al. I have a beautiful son. I have a daughter. I have a treasure chest filled with experiences that made me stronger. So I let it go, So you have to let it go. All those negative thoughts, all those doubts, and all those bad feelings that might bring you down. Try your best.
Thank
you.
I think she hit the nail on the head, which is you're so focused on what you don't have, you can't see what you have. So the question for you, Nico, as you go home or on the ride home is, what is it that makes you great? Who are you? What makes you... What do you have? Kasi totoo yun eh. If we focus so much on what we don't have, that's the end of life. You're gonna cry because we don't get what we want.
Yeah.
All of it. We get some of it. And for you to survive this life, 29, ito na yun eh. Crunch time na sa totoo lang. Sulat mo yung mga magagaling, the great things about your life. Is it that you're so brave that you came here with no promise that you will bond with these people?
Yeah.
You're brave to come here.
Yeah.
Sino
I don't
kasama
even
mo?
know them.
Yeah,
You're brave. But you will leave this place knowing them.
What's your talent? What is it you're good at? Keep thinking about, yun, you don't have to answer it now kasi medyo mahirap, di ba? Nakatingin silang lahat. Baka sabihin mayabang ka. No, but you need to have this conversation with yourself. Sa akin, make a list.
Yeah.
I'm great at this. Matapang ako kasi pumunta nga ako sa Eve's podcast live. Wala naman ako kilala. And look at you now, you're at the table. Talking to these...
Can I just add, because while Nico was talking, he kept saying, I am parang latak ako, I am dumb. What were the other things that you said? I am, what else? Okay, just keep in mind, this goes out to everyone. Whenever you utter the words, I am, what follows that is what you attract into your life. So whenever you say, I am exhausted. I am tired of life. I am sick of whatever. That is exactly what you are attracting into your life. Change your words. Instead of constantly reminding yourself that latak ako or I am latak, I am dumb, change it instead to, just like Del said, enumerate the things that you know you're good at. And I know there are a ton of things that you are good at. You just miss to see it because you're so focused on what you think you're not. So change it. Instead of saying, I am dumb, say, I am brave. I am courageous.
I am sitting next to Gelli Victor. Akalain mo. Diba?
Kanina kasama ko lang siya sa reception, katabi ko na siya. I have a last question. Since you're not getting any, should I bring this up?
Wait, guys, wait lang. Wait
Anyone?
lang.
Any-
Continue. Yes.
Okay.
Since you are not getting any,
I'm not prepared.
Sige, let's quote it. Any love from romantic love. So how do you deal with it?
okay.
Good question.
Oh, ang ganda.
Sandali.
Laking morning rush to,
Kayo,
so magaling ang magtago.
Kayo, nag-isip kagad kayo ng kung ano-ano.
Sorry, akala namin talaga bastos. Sabi ni Fran, dirty minds.
Okay, I will add. Thank you for that
That's
question.
a good question. That's a great question.
For enlightenment.
Okay, with all honesty, I don't feel like I'm missing out on a romantic love. Fran and Del, they know this, my closest friends, I would always tell them, it's like, may usapan na kami ni God eh. Like, I know there's somebody for me. I know He has somebody absolutely amazing. Okay, hindi na si Keanu Reeves yun kasi may girlfriend na siya. I've come to terms with that, but I know there is someone. And I know He's just waiting for me to be ready. And when I say waiting for me to be ready, is because I know I'm on a journey. Like I've just recently started to learn how to really love myself. Because the self-love that we know of is not really, it's not about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I am beautiful, I am this, I am that. It's not that. It's really genuinely knowing what you are about, your worth, what it is you bring to the table, be it at work, in relationships, in your friendships. I'm just learning that. I'm learning to enjoy other people's company. I'm learning to accept help. I'm learning to accept support. I'm just learning these things about myself. I don't want that journey to end as yet because now somebody has come in and now I'm learning to love this person. So I really don't feel like I'm missing out on romantic love. The sex, yes.
I do not open that door.
But that's why there are toys, people. Okay.
Sandali.
Can we show one? I'm just kidding.
So sabi ni Gelli, toys, vibrators.
Ayun, so, don't keep thinking about what it is you're missing out on. Just think that, everything happens for a reason, and everything is always in perfect timing. Minsan ang iniisip ko, maybe hindi ako yung ready, baka siya. Maybe he's still going through some stuff. He's still getting ready for me. So by the time that God makes the two of us meet, ang usapan din namin ni Lord, kasi hindi naman ako lumalabas, hindi ako pumupunta sa clubs, hindi ako nagbabar. Ilagay mo na lang siya sa events ko, ha?
Hoy, event ito!
Ayun na, sinagot ka na.
Gawin mo na lang siyang listener ng podcast, ganon. So there are a lot of reasons why things are not happening as yet. You have to...
Hindi, seryoso to, sandali. Pero, hindi, seryoso rin ako.
Teka, events ka talaga? Events ka talaga?
I'm a teacher.
Hindi, I mean, this is an event.
Okay.
Sabi mo, ilagay niyo sa event. O, inilagay niyo to na eh. Tapos tinawag mo. Hindi, can I just tell you, ito nakakatawa ha, pero totoo naman. O, sige na. Tatagalugin ko para hindi maintindihan ng asawa ko. Hindi, kasi sabi ni Gelli, baka hindi siya yung ready. Tapos napaisip ako, kasi, okay, so I'm married to a guy who's 12 years younger. So the whole time I'm doing my radio career crying about love, teenager pa siya nun eh. So hindi pa talaga siya ready. That is true. Kumbaga, tama ka eh. Hindi pa siya ready, and at the right time, kahit na bata siya ng 24.
24.
Pero okay na yun. Di ba pwede na, hindi na yun illegal. Pero in real terms, that's what it means.
Yeah. Oo, exactly.
Oh, di ba?
Okay.
So,
Alam mo
I'm
ba,
not
sorry,
worried.
sabihin ko sa'yo ha, nung isang araw, when was it? I think I was flying in and I was like watching.
May na-meet ka na naman. Isip mo
Hindi.
para sa akin.
No. Naisip ko, uy, si Brad Pitt, single. Feeling ko, kasi nakilala niya si David Beckham, di ba? Nahawakan pa nga niya eh. Nakinompliment pa nga siya. Hindi malayong mangyari na ang hinahanap talaga ni Brad Pitt ay isang jellyfish. Alam mo, naisip ko talaga yun.
Let's put it out there.
Oo,
Let's put it out there in the
thank you,
universe.
Del.
Para when you have family dinners, we will
Kami
be
ni
there.
Fran ako. Una-una kami sa guest list mo.
Wait, did we help you out at all?
Yeah.
Sa lapit lang niya sa'yo, oo na yan.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Okay, we have 11 more minutes.
Okay, 11 more minutes.
Kasi we're only on until 8.
Oh my
Oh, that's true. That's true. 11
Talaga, saan niya na nanggaling yun?
Kasi yun naisip ko si June magagalit sa akin. So, if you have any questions, comments, violent reactions, corrections,
Ria.
meron na.
Okay, Ria.
Come here.
What is your question? There's still more gin.
Hi, Ria.
Hi, Fran.
Hi.
Hello. My name is Ria, and I've been listening to them since I was in grade school. So
Yes.
Yeah.
that's why they know who I am. I actually had a different question. I was going to ask you the Miss Universe final question.
Oh my God.
No, because Mel was making pageant jokes, and then it got serious. So, I'm sorry, I'm tall.
It's
So
okay.
the first thing I'm going to do actually is answer the question, which is what was the thing it took me the longest to learn.
Yeah, what's the lesson you took
And it
longest
was,
to learn?
and I figure it's apropos to Gelli's new boyfriend over there. It took me forever.
Jelly.
It's apropos to Jelly's new boyfriend.
But it took me the longest to learn how to love myself.
Oh.
And
that is
I'm not gonna quote because I have all the, but Del I'm not prepared for that. I started listening when I was in grade school, and it was when they were at their own station, before you went back. Yeah, before you went back. And my dad, he calls himself Gandalf on the radio. What an idiot. No, we're very close, hi Dad. And a lot of it was like listening. And then in college, I hung out at the station.
Yeah.
And I would pop up for the morning show. And somehow she'll be around for the ride no hapon.
Yeah.
And I was going through a depression already, and I wasn't diagnosed then. And what was helping me get through all of that was radio was my only friend. These people were my only friends. And Gino, and Chico.
See? Gino.
Okay siya kay Gino.
Happy birthday, Gino.
Sabi sa'yo, okay yun eh.
It took me so long to learn how I went through therapy. They put me away for a while. For those of you who are listening, trigger warning, but I used to self-harm and all of that. And it takes forever for you to learn to love yourself, because even if the most important person in your life says, I love you, if you don't believe that you're lovable, you're not going to get squat.
That's true.
Like, I would get, wow, I'm just going to namay everyone. Rio Robles and I, our friendship is that we fight like children. But then even yung pang-aasar ni Robles before, like, I took that as, I have a kuya now. Or like how Del was, in fact, rather, distant. Unless you're a rusher, but then she'll go home. But Del, there was a time I emailed you about my parents' divorce. Wow, opening up to the radio. And you sent me the longest email on earth, like 3 pages. And you only met me once. But you knew who I was. And it's that, sometimes it's important to reach out then. That's how I learned to love myself then.
Yeah.
You have to be able to see yourself in other people that love you.
Yeah.
And then you have to kind of step away and go, okay, who am I? Who am I without the affirmations? Who am I without, whenever I walk into the station, kilala ko na mag-DJ? Who am I without, the first time I walked into Sweet Eggs and I met David, he lit up like a tree. And that's a child. When you make a child happy, diba? And I think it's because na, at the end of the day, what's your fault? If you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love anybody else?
That's true.
Right? Amen?
Yeah, amen.
All right. But yeah, that's basically what it was. And instead of asking you the Miss Universe question, because, wow, we're in too deep for flighty questions now, I kind of want to turn the question around to you guys, but differently. Like, with the length of your careers in radio, in hosting, in producing, in doing whatever it is you love to do, what's the longest thing it took you to learn? And why did it take you so long? Do you think?
What is the lesson that took you?
I'm gonna give Della a free pass. We're not talking about your love life anymore. So you don't have to. We're not gonna go there.
Okay.
But yeah, like, how? Like, I'm sure you've learned a lot from the hosting and the interviewing several people and flying everywhere. But like, I'm curious, what took you forever to learn on the job? And why do you think you had to learn it on the job instead of like?
What took us forever to
learn on the
job?
Okay, I'll go first because you're going to take a while.
Okay. Wow, guys.
Yep. That's exactly how he
Ganyan
is.
po talaga siya.
Okay, go.
So you can think of your answer. Because I know mine.
I love that June barely replied to anyone, and I sat here saying, all right, Rhea, let's talk about this. Yes, Mr.
Anyway,
Rogers.
Rhea, so for me, while still at RX, we didn't have the best anything, equipment, whatever. And we had to come out with production that would have been at par with everybody else. So I learned that in RX, but it was only after that I left that I realized that whatever I went through trying to figure out how to put out stuff that would be the same as Magic's, for instance, because I had a budget for that, or the other guys who had more money in their production. Yeah. It was only after that I left that I realized that it trained me a whole lot for life after post-RX. And it was only actually until fairly recent that I realized that, you know what, I guess I'm good enough. to pull out something to work with these guys for one.
You're one of the best.
Thank you. It takes. I'm not comfortable with that. Obviously, these three would.
We know this is why we say it.
But I had to tell myself that, you know what, I think, I'm good enough to at least work with people that I think that are good at what they do and that I enjoy working with them so much that waking up on a Sunday morning isn't so hard at all. In fact, maybe I look forward to it sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh, you do all the time.
So there, I hope that answers your question.
Ay, mahirap. Like what? Oh my God! What? It's
Ikaw, we're both looking at you. It's your turn.
What's the longest?
Give us more time to think.
Oo nga.
You got this, New York.
Well, I think, shoot, it's kind of like Jude's. Okay, so what was the longest thing that it took to learn? Yun ba yun?
On the job.
On the job. Like on the job? Like during the job? During or after?
Well, in my case, it was after that I realized that,
Kasi after, I'm stalling. Wait lang. No, but I'm trying to like...
Kasi you're running your own empire now, di ba? So
I think, my answer is very much like Jude. Okay, so I got an email through the eavesdrop email. And he had said something like, you guys talk about RX a lot, and you always gripe about it, and why don't you just talk about it once and for all and not talk about it again?
fair.
I said, fair. Okay, I understand. But because there's so many bits and pieces to that story, you like every time anybody asks us, we just have to supply the information. But I understand where he's coming from. Absolutely. I don't want to pull it up on my phone, but I know you're probably listening out there somewhere. So we get you. So maybe this is that final, thing. So we do bitch a lot about RX and how we left, but like we toasted earlier, we have a lot to be grateful for that station because it brought us together. It taught us a lot. We grew up there. Meaning we grew up there. Like I started when I was 19. And I left when I was...
Same here.
30?
19 and a half.
19 and a half. 30? I don't know. That's like a lifetime, right? So, in retrospect, Rhea, now that I run my own business and I have to plan like my Christmas parties and everything, I see what RX did for us. And I realized I took a lot from them. RX really took care of us when we were in there. They made sure that if we asked, we would probably get it. I know I asked for like a loan. They let me like take out a loan. I wanted my first car. Our Christmas parties were exceptional. We had what? What was the highest?
18 months.
18 months. Bonus. What? I know, right?
Because we were doing so well.
We were doing so well. But see, in my mind...
When we say we, we're not talking about just the on-air staff.
Everybody.
Because what people don't know is there's the show, and then there's the arm that sells it.
Yeah.
If you have a good show, people can't sell it. It doesn't work.
Yes.
If you've got a great sales team, nothing to sell, doesn't work. It has to be both.
Yeah.
It's a whole team.
It's a whole team. So... they took care of us and they were generous in that aspect. So, yun nga, parang when we talk about it, sometimes there are like misgivings. There's like this one black cloud, right? Just one. But everything else was wonderful. We're not gonna let it go, Even though my advice was to let it go, di ba?
Wala pang
Baka
closure.
kasi may kailangan pa ng closure.
Ayoko na. Wag na. Anyway, so my takeaway there is I learned a lot from them. I learned how to run a business. I think that was the longest lesson that I learned. And I learned how to take care of my employees, like how RX took care of us at that specific point in time.
And she once said to us, kasi syempre may mga empleyadong pasaway, di ba?
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Fran say, I can just imagine the headache I gave Louie.
Yes.
And it needs to be said that we now recognize what they did for us.
Yeah.
No matter what, how it ended, we just need to put things in its proper place.
Right.
And they took care of us.
They did.
They gave to us as much as our talent gave to them. Nobody walked away with nothing here. We gave each other something. And I think that's why we're grateful.
Yes.
That's why we're able to look back at those years and say, this is good.
It was good.
Oh, meron tayong gripes. But that's not important. We see the bigger picture, which is we were part of a great team and we had it good while we were there. No?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Longest lesson.
It's a similar, I'm seeing a theme in a lot of things that I'm watching, even Jude's answer. And I've said this as much. People can't believe that I was always wondering what my worth was on the show. It's hard. It was really hard. I can't overemphasize not knowing your worth, but still doing the job. So giving it your 100%. And I'm so glad I did, because that was my worth. Me showing up every day to learn, to be better, to know how to do a show, how to create that energy, how to play. I learned that, like with Chico, because he's a comedic genius.
Yeah.
That needs to be said as well. And I feel like we're like unpacking a lot tonight.
Watch out for the upcoming episode with Chico.
Yes.
I thought my role was to set it up, go take it to the stratosphere. But I didn't know my worth. And it took so much time, little by little. By the time I ended my career on the Morning Rush, I kind of knew, but I didn't really know.
Yeah.
It was in stepping back and doing it with other people, doing another show here on the Eavesdrop, the Mother Show,
8 List.
hosting 8 List on my own.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh, that's what I bring. Nobody can bring that except me, because it's unique to you. It's unique to Gelli. And if I'm guessing with Gelli, she'll answer it. Pero look naman how she's grown from when the time she left. She's even bigger now off the radio than she was on it. And we are understanding our worth in hindsight. So the real question now is, at this point in time, what are we missing? What are we not seeing? Because I'm sure marami tayong mga issues right now that 20 years, 10 years down the line, we go, no, it was good.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss it. Parang Aerosmith, I don't want to miss a thing now. I really don't. I want to, if I fail, it's okay. Yun eh. Wala naman, I mean, we can't argue. Like, if I did something, if I pronounced a word wrong today, I've learned to accept the mistake and say, it's okay. I'm wrong today, but I might be right tomorrow. And you need that. You need that in your life. You need to be strong in that way. And I think you will know your worth. It's not like, I learned it last year, that's it. It's
a continuous process.
Kung ika nga sa aming future episode, this is a developing story. Yun lang.
Mine would be different because theirs is really about work. In my case, I think what I'm taking the longest to learn is coexisting and being with other people. Because I've said this in the podcast, I really grew up mostly alone. I am extremely self-sufficient. I am independent to a fault. And now I am learning to accept support, accept help, counting on friends and opening up to friends when I have problems or anything that's troubling me. I never used to do that. Because for me, I thought...
I was all there, Gelli, I'm here for you. Wala.
Dead man na naman. No, because I used to think, no, I can handle this on my own. But this message goes out to everyone who thinks that they're independent and they're good all on their own. Is that, of course you are. but it's so much better with other people. Learn to accept help. Learn to accept support, especially if it's offered to you. You know, why turn it down when it's already being offered? It's a good thing these girls know me too well that every time they offer, ayan o, si Gelli, hihindian na naman, tanggapin mo na. They say that, they blatantly say it. And then I realize, nga naman, they're already offering. So that's what I didn't learn that while I was at the station. I hardly hanged out with any of these guys, and they know it. RX parties, I'm hardly ever there because I'm always working. I'm hosting somewhere or whatever, or I can't stay because I have to get up for a class, early class the next day. It was only after I had resigned from RX that I started to hang out with them. And then I realized how much better life is. So I'm still learning that. Once in a while, I still have those bouts of, no, I am independent, yo. But I'm learning that, no, I can accept help and it doesn't make me any weaker. It just makes life better.
Yes! Amen!
Masaya yan. Thank you, Rhea.
Masaya to. Thank you, Rhea.
Thank you, Rhea.
That's such a smart question.
I
That's
know. It made us think. Diyos ko, Lord, after how many gin tonics? Thank you.
Pero yun nga yun, dumami kasi yung gin tonic, di ako makaisip. Ang hirap mag-isip pag nakainom.
I'm actually surprised, Fran, that your answer didn't include the fact that you learned that one is never too old for radio.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, women are ageless and can do things at any age. I'm
Yes,
gonna go
women
back.
are
Okay, well, that's why we started this show. Right?
Ewan ko, in-invite mo lang ako eh. Sabi niya isang December night, Del, podcast tayo. Lasing kami, okay.
Nagulat ako, nakasama ako doon.
Nauna ka kaya?
Ha?
Ako ang huli. Ako huli, di ba?
Hindi, it was like one girl.
At the same table, guys. The invitation.
Actually,
fair.
Ginigrill namin si Gelli nung gabi na yun.
Oh my God, yeah. We made her cry.
Oo, we made her
Lagi
cry.
naman eh. Lagi
No, di ba,
naman.
Del, you told her straight up what you thought.
No, okay. Ito, before we end, kasi Fran and I have had our piece with a lot of things. Diba?
Apparently, Del did not like me.
Wait, saan mo nakuha yun?
I don't know.
Ano ba? Dalawa yan pa
You
ko
always
yun.
thought you guys were friends.
It's okay. I really always looked up to Del talaga naman. Yikes.
All of us do.
But,
Parang
Okay,
ang
go.
tangkad ko no look up. Pagdating, 4'11".
naka-heels lang.
Naka-heels lang. With Gelli, I find that she likes to hide. And you have to coax her out. Because if you leave her alone, she will believe what she says.
Yeah.
But we have to be careful what we tell ourselves. We need...
That's what I was telling you, darling.
Ayun na!
Darling! Ayan na! Abangan mo yan mamaya doon. Ay, wag, sandali. Sandali, hatid kita. Hindi, I think the process of us is, with Gelli is to coax her out. We need to see you. Because there's a Gelli that she presents to us.
Mm-hmm. The hostess with the mostest.
But it's a lonely life, no? And I understand. I did the same thing. And I think that's why I want to coax her out. Like, come on out.
Yeah.
It's okay. This is safe. And I think by way of the podcast, we are able to do for each other what we weren't able to do when we were younger.
Yeah.
We were just so stupid. Or maybe, no, we're not stupid. It wasn't the time. With Fran, it's like, and I've always described this to people. Kasi kami ni Fran, we kind of entered at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, pero hindi talaga kami we didn't hang out.
Paulit-ulit natin sinasabi.
Oo, hindi talaga. Pero at certain moments, the most difficult moments in our radio life and now even in our personal life, because they kind of run parallel, we just need to go, ganun ba? Ganun. Ako hindi, ganun. Okay ba? And I love that I could talk to her in a way that I couldn't talk with anybody. And you have to make space for people. Our friends don't always have to be 100% to us. You need a lot of people to show you who you are. And for Gelli, this podcast, Gelli, ganito ka. And then she's getting it now because we're like, we need you. Come out. Ask for help.
Yeah, this is Jelly's line. Okay lang, I can't make it. You go ahead, do the podcast. We're like, no, Gelli, we can't do the podcast without you. That's the whole point.
While we're at that topic.
Yes.
Kasi nga, on the 24th is Chico's episode, di ba? So ito si Gelli, nakakatawa.
Christmas Eve.
Sabi niya, kasi we knew that we were podcasting on the 10th, di ba? December 10. So I arrived the day after I landed in the Philippines, talagang jet lag, but I was so happy to see them. Then she goes, "Uy, tomorrow yung guest, we have a guest."
I said, Del, can you make it? Because Jude and Fran are already good. And we really, it's been so hard to pin down this guest. And I feel like he will have amazing contributions to the podcast. The listeners will love his inputs. Ang hirap talaga. He's going to talk about financial literacy. He's going to talk about money, and we've always wanted to really talk about money because I think it will really help the listeners. Can you make it tomorrow? Because there's no other date that this particular
and the
guest
Academy
is
Award
available.
goes to
Best Actress goes
Angelica
to
Victor.
I had no idea she was not telling me the truth. And I'm so glad you pulled it off. Kasi talaga, I really wala talaga akong suspicion that she would do that. So I was like, why is she pushing for this episode?
And this guest, a guest that she did not know, who exists. And he's eventually going to guest on our podcast to talk about financial literacy and money. But anyway.
So I didn't know that that's what it was. She was was it your idea? Ito, no?
It's all of us. Parang the minute we did the podcast, it was my dream to have Chico guest.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. We will have him as a guest.
Tapos wala ka.
Kasi nga, may
may
trabaho.
trabaho.
I was in Cebu. Wala.
She
I
wasn't
know,
there.
so kikiligin din ako katulad nyo. And when I saw that video, I cried as well. When I saw that hug, the hug that we all need in our life, I cried as well. I was in Cebu. I kept messaging. I'm like, is he there? Is she there? Make sure you capture it on video because I really wanted to see what the reaction was.
Did you know when you saw that video that your hug was like that for Chico?
No.
Because I witnessed it and I was touched by it. And then I watched it again. I was like, oh my God. And I didn't realize that it would affect everybody else the same way.
I had no idea. Kasi hindi ko nakita eh. I mean, I knew
you were
that
in it.
I was like I said, I've come to that point kasi ang layo ko na, 'di ba? And I really feel like wala naman akong close doon sa Utah, 'di ba? And I feel like, oh my gosh, when I was in Manila, I should have told people how I feel about them, so they're never in doubt. I don't want to, if something happens to me, I don't want people to not know how I feel about them. It's important.
Yeah.
I decided to, in my head. And so in that hug, I was like, okay. But then I was like, remember, you're going to tell people how they mean to you? And that was what's going on in my head. Like, I might, kasi baka 5 years pa bago pa ako makabalik dito eh. Di ba baka,
Wag! Hello, sponsors! Hello, business class!
So there was a moment in my mind, I remember thinking, no, Del.
Aww.
Say what you need to say without words. Kasi DJ kayo, marami kayong words. But sometimes it's not words. It's a touch, it's a look.
It was when you put down your water bottle and your phone or something, and then you hugged him even tighter.
Yeah.
And it looked like you didn't want to let him go.
It was the expression on Del's face na talagang, wow.
Right?
Strong ako, hindi ako yan.
Tapos ang nakakatawa pa nun, so nag-uusap na sila ni Chico. She didn't realize na siya yung guest. Inaantay pa rin niya yung sinabi kong guest.
Ang nasa isip ko, oh no, si Chico maghihintay to. Dadating si John Aguilar. Sorry. Sabi ko ganun, okay, we're gonna do the episode. You have to keep time. Sabi ko, I'm gonna follow Jude this time. And like, kasi in my head, sabi ko,
Hindi siya yung guest.
Oo, hindi siya yung guest. So sabi ko, oh, sige, we'll just do this and then we'll catch up.
Yeah, I
and
know.
then everybody was there. And then I said, hey, Fran, where's the
guest.
how to introduce the
information.
the information about the guest? How do we introduce him? And then sabi ni Fran, this is our guest. Tapos ako talagang, I did not feel smart. Let's just say. Sabi ko, oh my gosh. And then it started. So watch for it on the 24th.
Yeah, Christmas Eve. So during your Noche
Next week.
Buena next week.
Next week.
Okay, so to wrap it up, I have one last question. It's not on the list. And when is this going to air, Jude?
This Thursday.
New Year's? This Thursday na ba?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Why not?
Okay, sige. Anyway.
Unless you...
No. Same question. Same question prevails. Okay, what do we wish for the year 2020? What do you want to happen?
They're all gonna answer?
No, well,
We are all going
Oh,
to
yeah.
answer.
you.
I'm gonna have to lie again.
Because I believe strongly in putting it out in the universe.
Yeah.
So, be specific. Dun, dun, dun.
For the podcast, pwede bang ganon? We choose
Pwede, for the
Different
pod-
aspects of your life.
But whatever,
Podcast,
however you want.
Family, career.
In general.
Yourself.
Sige, I'll do the podcast first.
Okay.
Nothing for myself yet. I'll think about that. Di ba sabi nila, dream big eh. And just recently, something had happened and a dream is coming true for me tomorrow.
What? What?
What is this?
What is this? Ano ba?
Can you tell us
naman-
now?
Wait. It's not that big, ha, guys. Sandali lang. It's not...
What is this? Do you know this,
2
Christine?
inches.
Do you know what's happening? Ay!
Hindi. I'm guesting on Boys Night Out.
Oh yeah, because you promised. Didn't you?
Promise? With Tony?
Oh,
Because Tony
I
guessed
did?
it and...
yeah, I guess so.
Yes!
I just, this is a dream. Kasi I kept missing them. Chico and Gino would always be invited to university talks along with BNO. And because I was a mom, I always missed it.
Yeah.
I was always missing it because I was home or something. And I'm like, damn it, I really want to be there. And when Sam went on the morning rush to plug something, I wasn't there.
Na naman.
Always. And so I was like, I remember writing it in my journal. I want a guest.
Oh, finally.
I want to feel I'm so interested in the energy. Yun ako ngayon eh. That's where I am. And it happened. Wow. I was in Palawan and I got an invite and I was like,
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Okay,
night.
guys.
Tomorrow night, guys. You know where to tune
Kinakabahan
in.
din ako. Ito na yun. Nag-imposter syndrome ako bigla.
It's going to be great.
So it happened. So that's my preamble. That's my caveat.
Because you wrote it down.
I wrote it down and I said the words and it happened. My dream for the podcast is dream big. Dream big, Del. Dream big. We're going to get picked up and we're going to have a TV show.
Kaya nag-makeup kami. Makeup.
Kailangan ko magpa-old therapy. No, but that's my dream. Like, you know, someone in power will say, hey, this is a good show. It's doing something. Let's put it on air.
Yeah.
That's my dream for all of us.
Yes.
I like that dream. We claim that dream too.
I like it. I love it. I'm going to write it down.
Okay.
Jels.
I've started creating space in my life.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys already know about how cluttered my home is, right? So I've moved, and the intention there is really to just leave old energy behind. And everything that I don't need, I don't want, is not going into my new home. So I'm really taking time moving stuff because I'm creating space. There's really something about creating physical space, which also means for 2020, I am creating space in my heart. And I'm already claiming it. So that's what I would like for 2020.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about it. Yes, there, create space. You can't allow new stuff to come in, new good energy, if it's still occupied by whatever negative energy, be it an old relationship, grudges against friends, work, family. You won't allow the good to flow in if you're still holding space for the negative. All
Nico,
right?
gusto mo ng space? Nico, bed spacer?
Hindi makakatulog yan mamaya.
Oo nga. My God. Delamar.
Thank you for watching out for me, Del. I don't have to say it.
For 2020, let me think. Okay, so we've got the podcast covered. I love that. Space for Gelli. My dream. Okay, so I've always had like this, I don't know, maybe it's an issue. Like, I feel like I don't deserve to take vacations or travel or, having a business is very difficult, and this business that I had in the first few years was very hard. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. And we went through some major challenges. We were in debt, and then we crawled out of debt, and then I had to make peace with, I knew I disappointed a lot of people, so I had to make peace with that within myself, because like people make mistakes, and I'm like, I can't please everyone, but I can do this. So this 2020, coming into it, my wish is for me to be able to give back to the people that helped me along the way. I don't know how that's going to happen, but whatever it is, it will, I'm sure. However, because I want to show my gratitude to them, and I always want to. I have like this big dream that through my business, I'll be able to help other people. I don't know exactly how yet, but I'm putting it out there. So whatever that may be, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I mean, it might not happen in 2020, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to pave the way to make that happen. So I want to give back. That's what's going to happen.
Jude Rocha.
Good health and the hope that we finish on time sometime in 2020.
So that has been the live show of the Eavesdrop podcast. We need to thank each and every one of you who passed by and spent like a couple of hours with us today. Thank you so much.
Can we thank our sponsors?
Yes, we have to thank our sponsors.
We love you, sponsors.
Thank you so much.
Sponsors. Thank you again to PayMaya. Don't pay cash, PayMaya.
Baskin Robbins, the world's largest chain of ice cream specialty shops with nearly 7,000 locations in nearly 50 countries, is now in Manila. We want to hear from every single one of you that enjoyed Baskin Robbins.
And of course, our wonderful grazing platter, all the cheese and the cold cuts. Of course, there's another buffet by PayMaya. Thank you so much. And of course, PayMaya for housing this event tonight. Thank you so much. We want to thank Arla for the yummy cheeses and the cold cuts and the Nutella and the blue cheese. Yun ba yung winner combination?
Winner ba? And Obed, by the way.
Yes, Obed, thank you so much.
Doing it himself, serving us. Boss yan sa Arla.
I know. Thank you, Obed. And of course, Spice Tonic for our gin and tonic bar. Thank you so much. And of course, our home where we, record every Sunday. And who they help us connect to Del, who's all the way in Utah most of the time. Today we have her.
Podcast Network.
Thank you to Podcast Network. Of
To
course,
Ron.
to Ron and his team, to Joseph, to
Ryan,
Val, to
Val,
Ryan,
Eunice,
everybody else.
who we haven't met yet. Where are you, Eunice?
We met her the other day.
Okay.
But we'll meet her hopefully. But everybody. And of course, if you guys want to get into the podcast thing, there is the Podcast Academy. If you want to create your own podcast and you don't know how to start, they will help teach you how. So all you got to go do is visit www.podcastnetwork.asia/academy to enroll. Oh, classes start January 11. Abba, good job, Ron.
Official photos from the event today will be up on our Facebook page. We hope that you've liked the Eavesdrop Podcast Facebook page. Thanks to Cinematica, photo and video coverage. This is also streaming live on Facebook, so you still get to check this even after the episode is done.
Is it saved? Like
it will
forever?
be saved, and it will just be up there.
Everything we said is saved forever.
You do realize lalabas din to as an episode eventually,
I know.
right? So
Yeah.
Thursday.
Most of all, this live podcast would not be possible. We would still be doing it, pero aalog-alog kami kung wala kayo. It is really what you give us in terms of feedback is one thing. Your presence tonight is another.
Yeah.
The familiar faces and you touching base and trying to talk to us to say how much the podcast means to you. Please understand, it really means a lot to us. And we might never tell you exactly how much we appreciate you, but I hope you get the gist. I-breakdown nyo na lang pag-uwi. But we do appreciate you. Thank you for your attention, but most of all for your time. Thank you, guys.
thank you so much. And this has been another episode of the Eavesdrop Podcast. My name is Gelli.
My name is Francesca.
And from Manila, this is Delamar. Thank you to our producer, the Jude Rocha.
We would talk about, paano kaya kung ganito, no? Tapos, we right away we said, and then let's do like a live recording. May pupunta kaya nun? Ganun pa kami. Wala, basta let's invite, and then let's do a live recording with people watching, and we're doing the podcast. So this is surreal for us because we just talked about it, and here we are.
You put it out in the universe, whatever you want, in your dreams, your mind, put it out.
Even your reaction ni Jude kanina, that was his reaction because we just talked about this.
Yeah.
And now it's really here and you guys are here. So thank you.